Welcome on into Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Wareham Gatemen get set to take on the Commodores in day one of a 3-game set. One time here, 2 times at Spillane in the next 3 days. Hi everybody, I'm Enrique Demore, joined alongside my broadcast partner JD Rachi and today's host, Cam Stewart. About half an hour from first pitch here at a place where ever since the beginning of the year, the Gatemen have really struggled to get wins. The Falmouth pitching staff has been awesome all year, but particularly so against Wareham. And Wareham coming off a similar game as to what happened the last time these two teams met here, coming off a 5-0 silencing of the bats by the YD Red Sox in Hartford, Connecticut. And JD, both yesterday and the last time they were here, things offensively went very poorly for the Gatemen.
Well, I think the big problem here is, Enrique, that there's just not a lot of pop in this lineup. You think about protecting guys, protecting your best hitters. There's no protection in this lineup right now. Austin Shenton, Sahid Valenzuela, and Jeremy Idens have to be the number one guys in each, or have to be the guys to produce in every single game, or the Gatemen are not going to win. There's just not enough production from the bottom half of the lineup. You think of guys like Lyle Lockhart, a guy I think that needs to step up, and whoever catches that day, whether that be Gian Martellini or whether it be Drew Millis or Luke Roscom, those are guys that need to step up. But in general, the Gatemen just looked absolutely befuddled by the YD pitching staff yesterday. It wasn't a ton of strikeouts. The Gatemen don't strike out a lot. They have the fewest strikeouts in the league. Or, the second fewest strikeouts in the league for batters. It's a lot of just weak contact. Dribblers to the right side of the infield, dribblers to second base. I think I wrote 4-3 in my book at least 5 or 6 times in the game yesterday. And even when they hit the ball to the outfield, there's nothing there for them. It's just a blue fly, simple fly ball for anybody to catch in the outfield. And then you look at, as I mentioned, not a lot of pop in this lineup. You look at the extra base hits numbers over the past 5 full games. 2 extra base hits in the last 5 full games. The only 2 coming as doubles in that win over the Bourne Braves at Spillane Field a couple of days ago. There really needs to be an uptick in production from some part of that lineup, whether that be extra base power from the top of the lineup that has been so successful this season in terms of the All-Stars plus Isaac Collins, or whether that be in the bottom half of the lineup. I like the way Don Sneddon configured his lineup today. I think that could bring a little extra pop to the game for the Gatemen this evening, but either way, they've got to start turning it around as the Gatemen try to make their playoff push.
Bit of a gloomy one here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field, but the Gatemen trying to change something around. Like you said, JD, the power has been missing from this Gatemen lineup, despite still a lot of runs being scored, and the Gatemen in general hitting pretty well, besides yesterday that blanking at the hands of YD. But like you said, some interesting changes in Don Sneddon's lineup today. I think it's as good time as any to throw it over to our host, Cam Stewart, as he breaks down the lineup changes and what that could mean for Wareham today. Cam, to you.
Thank you, Enrique and JD, and welcome on in officially to the Gatemen Pregame Show here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. We've got an excellent pitching matchup today between the 2 All-Stars, both guys representing their respective teams in the All-Star game back on Sunday. First, TJ Sikkema, the left-hander out of the University of Missouri, will go for the Falmouth Commodores. He is 1-2 on the year with a 1.45 ERA, and in 24 2/3, he has struck out 18 and walked only 6. And his last time out, for the exception of the All-Star game, last time in Cape League action was back on July 10th, and he was a very tough luck loser against Chatham. A 1-0 loss here at Gov Fuller Field. He went 7 innings and gave up that 1 earned run on 6 hits and struck out 7. So he's been pretty excellent all year, and last time out over 2 weeks ago. So he is well rested coming into this start against the Gatemen. He also started that game that the Gatemen will get rained out that we will replay tomorrow at Spillane Field. And going for Wareham, the right-hander, Western All-Star Ryan Garcia, who is 1-0 on the year, a 1.71 ERA in his 5 starts, and has struck out 28 in his 21 innings pitched, as opposed to just 8 walks. His last time out was the tough 5-3 loss at Brewster, in which he got a no decision. Gatemen blew that game late. He went 5 innings, didn't allow a run, scattered around 4 hits, walked 3, but struck out 8 and had everything working for him on that day at the last time out back on July 18th. And before a start today, he got to catch up with our Merry Orders before the game.
Thanks, guys. So, Ryan, it's been a few days since the All-Star game, but can you tell me about your experience there?
It was fun. The delay didn't help much, but we battled through it, had some fun in the dugout in the meantime. And we were just glad the game didn't get canceled and we were able to play. But yeah, it was fun having a couple of the guys from Wareham over there, and obviously met up with some people I've played with in the past, and it was a good time.
And you had a pretty good outing pitching-wise. What was working for you?
It was just an inning, so I just gave it all I had for that 1 inning. most of the relievers only had 2 outs, so I just made the most of those 3, and it was fun. Yeah.
And looking to tonight's game, what are you expecting? What are you hoping for?
Hoping for, another good outing. Try to keep things simple and consistent, like I've said all summer, and just going out there and competing is what I hope is going to happen.
And do you know how many innings you're expected to pitch, and who will be pitching after you?
Well, our pitch count has normally been around 60 pitches, but if I go over that, maybe into the 5th or 6th, hopefully I get around that part of the game. But yeah, so hopefully five innings, maybe 6.
And you guys are kind of in a crucial 3-game block right now with Falmouth. They're right behind you guys in the standings. What does it mean to get the win tonight?
It's going to be important because I think, it's us and Falmouth, and then Hyannis in front of us. So these next couple games are important for our playoff spots. So, yeah.
And looking to these next 10 games or so before the playoffs, what are some of your goals or the team goals?
Team goals, hopefully make it all the way, eliminate some other teams in playoffs, and just keep having fun. I think it's been a great summer so far, and so we just want to continue that for the last couple games together and ride it out as long as possible.
Ryan, thanks so much. Guys, back to you.
A special thank you to Mary and Ryan for that one. And now to look at those starting lineups that Henrique mentioned earlier in the pregame show has been switched around kind of bit. But first, we're going to look at the hosts, the Falmouth Commodores. They'll start things off with their right fielder, Matt Wallner, out of Southern Miss, followed by the catcher, Maverick Hanley, out of Stanford, and then the dangerous 3-4 combo, Austin Langworthy, who homered twice the last time the Gatemen came to visit in a 3-0 loss. He will play center field out of the University of Florida. And batting cleanup, Kyle Stowers, another all-star left fielder out of Stanford. Davis Sims, the first baseman out of Murray State, will bat 5th. And out of the ACC, Logan Davidson out of Clemson will bat 6th and play the number 6 spot over at shortstop. Cam Cannon follows him, the third baseman out of the University of Arizona. Edouard Julien out of Auburn will bat 8th and play second base. And rounding things out, Will Brennan, the designated hitter out of Kansas State. And on the bump tonight for the Commodores, again, is the left-hander TJ Sikkema from Missouri. And now for the Gatemen, a few changes here, not so much at the top, though. They'll start things off with their right fielder, Isaac Collins, out of Creighton, followed by the second baseman, Sahid Valenzuela, and the third baseman, Austin Shenton, will bat 3rd, with Jeremy Idens cleaning things up and batting 4th. Here's where it starts to get a bit interesting. Gian Martellini, the Boston College Eagle, will not wear the equipment today. He will be the designated hitter and will bat 5th, followed by the first baseman, Lyle Lockhart. Luke Roscom is the man with the gear behind home plate. He will catch tonight and bat 7th. Ryan Kreidler in his 8th spot at shortstop, and Skylar Hunter manning center field will bat 9th. And again, pitching, starting for them from UCLA, is Ryan Garcia. Now we've got our beat writer, Ian Becerra, for today's edition of Get on the Beat. Ian, how are you doing today?
Great, Cam. How are you?
Doing all right. Now, most of us got back-to-back off days, Sunday and Monday, but you were out on the job, brick by brick, as you always are, out in Harwich for the All-Star game. Tell me a little bit about your experience that day. A lot of waiting around, but ended up being a bit of a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was a wet day, Cam, to start off. So game was supposed to start at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, but it didn't end up getting underway until about 7:30. But once that rain rolled through, great work done there by the Harwich Mariners ground crew, and it was good to go. It was a good game, 4-3, like you said, nail-biter. Decent amount of errors due to the fact that, the field wasn't in the best shape, but give them credit. It was still playable, and it was a good day. A lot of Gatemen out there, a lot of action, so it was good to cover.
And how did the Gatemen do? You mentioned one of the errors. Unfortunately, one came from Sahid Valenzuela, but the rest out of that was okay.
Yeah, not too shabby, Cam. So Idens actually led off the game. He got on base. He got drilled in the back with a pitch, but hey, he got on base. That's what it's all about. Other than that, nothing too noteworthy for the Gatemen on the offensive side of things. I believe Valenzuela struck out once. Other than that, no other strikeouts for the Gatemen offensively. Hit a couple balls hard, just right at people, grounders. Sahid actually almost had a hit to left field, but was robbed on a great play out there in left field, so it is what it is. But on the pitching side of things, the man on the mound tonight, Ryan Garcia, worked a 1-2-3 inning. Looked very good out there, struck out the last hitter he faced. And then also Easton Lucas actually followed him up, which is what we see normally. You see Garcia start, Lucas follow. That's what happened in the All-Star game. Garcia pitched the second, Lucas pitched the third. and Lucas struck out the first 2 hitters he faced, and then he ended up working a scoreless inning as well.
You talked about the rain in Harwich. We've also experienced a couple on the Cape in the past week, and we're looking at some more in this coming week. And because of that, we have a crucial 3-game stretch here in 3 days for the Wareham Gatemen season, the Gettysburg of their season, if you will. 3 straight against these Falmouth Commodores. How huge is this for the Gatemen coming up?
Well, Cam, this is huge. This is about as big as it gets. And the fact that you have basically a makeshift series is something interesting you really don't see on the Cape League. It's not something you see normally, because you're playing one team the next day, one team the next day, and you're shifting all around because, you have a lot of teams to play in this league. So you don't normally see teams 2-3 days in a row. So you're going to get a good look at these guys. Pitchers, are going to be able to study the tendencies a little bit closer. Hitters will be able to see relievers just that much closer, that much finer. So it'll be a big one. And, these 2 guys neck and neck in the playoff standings. So things could flip, or the Gatemen could really pull ahead and give themselves some cushion.
And now J.D. Rachi had talked about earlier in the game about some guys that need to step up offensively. From your vantage point, before we let you go here, who is going to need to step up in this crucial juncture in the Gatemen season?
Well, today, Gian Martelliti hitting in the 5th spot. I think that's very telling to see out there. He's a guy who has some pop. He can hit the ball. So it's going to be interesting to see him in that 5 spot. What can he do out there? Really to provide with them some, stability in that middle of the order, which we haven't seen since the USA guys have left, and we've had to bump up Idens and Shenton into the lineup. But again, something that Don Stennon actually mentioned to me at the All-Star game in terms of the importance of the All-Star hitters, so Valenzuela, Shenton, Idens, was those guys are great hitters. If you had guys who were remotely close to them at the bottom of the order, they would be doing just fine right now offensively. So you've really seen a top-heavy lineup so far. So it's just going to have to be those 6 through 9 guys, 5 through 9 guys, really doing enough to get it back up to the top of the order where they can produce the runs.
You've now heard it from Ian Becerra. That's going to do it for us on today's edition of Get on the Beat. A special thanks to Ian. And now you're going to hear it from our Don Stedden. On the flip side of this break, he caught up with our Mary Orders. So stick around here on the Gatemen Pregame Show on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Soft as a Grape has 10 retail locations on Cape Cod, so even when you're cheering on your Gatemen at any away games, stop into a Soft as a Grape store for the best Cape Cod products. Stores located in Falmouth, Mashpee, Woods Hole, Hyannis, Chatham, Provincetown, Edgartown, Oak Bluffs, and Vineyard Haven. From beach day to every day, Soft as a Grape has you covered.
The law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
Welcome back in here to the Gatemen Pregame Show on the Gatemen Baseball Network, which would like to remind you that you can contact us anytime by emailing gatemen@pressbox.org. Please feel free to send us your questions or comments, and we'll make sure to address them as soon as possible. Make sure you're keeping up with all the Gatemen action 24/7 by following the Wareham Gatemen on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud. A big juncture in the Gatemen season coming up. 3 straight games against these Falmouth Commodores, which are right on their heels. So no better time for us to check in with Don Stedden, who caught up with our Mary Orders before today's game.
Thanks, guys. So, Coach, cool experience yesterday at a minor league facility, but tough shutout loss. What can you take away from yesterday's game?
A loss. Just like any of these other. It doesn't matter where we're at. I mean, it was a great experience. We really liked the players to have enjoyed that and to experience what it's like to play in some stadiums like that. And a lot of these guys do. So, I mean, it wasn't that awestruck because their home fields are very similar to some of them like that. But, it was a good little break for us. We just didn't hit.
And looking to the next 3 days, we have 3 games against Falmouth. How important are these games for the team?
Well, they're all important. The rest 9 or 8 that we have, they're all important. This obviously just lines up because they're right next to us and they're playing well. I mean, I think they've won 8 out of their last 10 or something like that. So we're not hitting real well, which concerns me. We need to get that turned around. Pitching's been okay with that thing, and this is a very offensive club. They don't have great averages per se, but they do have a lot of power. So it'll be a tough series for us.
You mentioned hitting needs some work. What specific adjustments need to be made?
We got to get base hits. I mean, we're not hitting balls hard. We face some good pitching. Good pitching stops good hitting. So again, it's just a matter of fact of finding ways to score runs without just getting that hit, that base hit, and then the guy hits a home run or we get a double, whatever. It's just hard to put 3 singles together, and that's what we're doing right now in trying to do that. It's just not good to have an offense relying on that, because you won't score a lot of runs in this league.
With less than 10 games left, how would you rank the season as a whole so far?
Well, I mean, we're in the playoff structure. That was our goal. So, I mean, we're in it just like anybody else. So I wouldn't change our spot with anybody else. I think we're going to be fine. Hopefully we can just, again, find our little niche with our offense, and we'll be fine. And that can happen today, tomorrow, or the next day. It doesn't matter.
Coach, thanks so much. Guys, back to you.
Thank you once again to Mary and to Don Snedden this time. Last time these two teams met here at Gov Fuller Field for a full game, it was back a couple weeks ago, and it was one that the Gatemen got dominated, starting with Tyler Dyson. A 3-0 loss for the Gatemen in that game, in which their batters struck out 11 times. A real defensive struggle for the Gatemen in that one. You remember Derek West, was our player of the game. He went 5 solid innings out of the Wareham bullpen, but 2 Austin Langworthy home runs were what did the Gatemen in. And for more on that, you're going to hear our highlights from the last time these two teams met just a few weeks ago.
It's All-Star Selection Day here on the Cape, and both the Gatemen and their Saturday opponent, the Falmouth Commodores, have 6 selections. Austin Shenton will start at third base, Sahid Valenzuela at shortstop, and Jeremy Idens in center field. Brian Packard, Ryan Garcia, and Easton Lucas were also named as reserves, and Brian Packard will be representing the Gatemen in the home run hitting contest. Falmouth is also well represented, as their ace Matt Canarino is the starting pitcher for the Western Division. Their starter for this matchup, Tyler Dyson, is looking to join the murderer's row of pitching behind Canarino, and he'd look to get off to a strong start against Wareham's all-star lineup.
1-2. Swing and a miss, he got him on strikes. Collins goes down swinging, 4th strike of the season for Dyson. Goes the fastball again and gets a swing and a miss. Right into the glove of Handley behind the plate, and the Gatemen go down 1-2-3.
2-2 fastball, rung him up on the outside corner. Tough one to go down on for Martellini. That is how the side is retired in the second. Tyler Dyson looking so far so good for Falmouth.
1-2, waved on a miss, breaking ball on the outside corner. Strikeout number 4 today for Tyler Dyson.
1-2. Waved on a miss, gets away from the catcher momentarily, Handley, but he'll throw it back down to first base for the 2-3 putout. 6th strikeout of the day for the right-hander Dyson.
Gian Martellini rung up on a pitch on the outside corner. 1 away here for Wareham. That one drops in there for strike 3. Back-to-back looking strikeouts for Tyler Dyson.
0-1 first breaking ball. That one is skied into deep right field. Collins looking up. He's back to the wall, and he'll watch it go. 0-1 pitch hammered over the right field fence here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Langworthy continues a hot streak and gives the Commodores a 1-0 lead in the first inning.
West peers out of the corner of his eye at first. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and popped up into shallow center field. Sahid Valenzuela and Jeremy Idens both coming in, and Idens dives and makes the catch. A tweener of 5 ever in 1. Full extension from Jeremy Idens, and that retires the side in the third. West checks back at first. His 0-2 pitch is swung on, hit on the ground to Sahid Valenzuela at short. Flips to second for 1 and on to first. A double play for the Gatemen. That gets them out of the inning. 6-4-3 on the double play. The Falmouth Commodores are down in semi-order as we head to the top of the 5th. 1-2 the count to him here with a runner on at first. Derek West checks there. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and hit on the ground. Diving stop by Oliver Dunn there. He'll flip over to first. Nice little play from Oliver Dunn to end the inning. So a 2-out walk to Davis Sims doesn't come back to bite Derek West. They leave him stranded as we end the 6th inning.
Found the same success on the Cape, batting just $180. He shoots that one deep into right field. Isaac Collins looking up, and that one is gone. A 2-homer day for Austin Langworthy. And this one brings in 2. Maverick Handley will score 3-0 Falmouth Commodores here in the 3rd inning. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Parks goes down swinging, and that is how the game ends.
Wareham is shut out for the second time this season, 3-0, as they are only able to put 6 gatemen on the base pass all night. Cade Cavalli started this game off, but he had to leave his start early. Derek West came in relief to make his first official appearance of the season, and he was masterful, going 5 scoreless innings with only 3 hits allowed. For the Commodores, Tyler Dyson had the best pitching performance against the Gatemen this season, going 5 scoreless innings, allowing just 1 hit and striking out 8. On the offensive side, Andrew Langworthy was the offense for Falmouth, hitting 2 home runs while Jeremy Idens picked up 2 hits and was a silent day for Gatemen bats. Up next, the Gatemen play host to the Harwich Mariners on Sunday.
Learning at Curry College extends beyond the classroom and is embedded in all that they do. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers and active citizenship with a global perspective. Explore undergraduate majors, minors, and concentrations, including new majors in accounting, biochemistry, and software development, online at www.curry.edu.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod, with 2 acute care hospitals and more than 450 physicians. For more information, please visit capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, expert physicians, quality hospitals, superior care.
Since 1950, Morse Insurance has consistently offered the best insurance at competitive rates to generations of clients in southern Massachusetts. If you're frustrated with paying for what essentially feels like just a piece of paper, it's time for you to check out the one-of-a-kind client experience that only Morse Insurance can deliver.
Mezzaluna is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years in business. Located on Main Street in Buzzards Bay, Mezzaluna specializes in Italian cuisine, a lunch menu that's the best deal in town, and serves Cape Cod's famous prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday. Come enjoy the feast at Mezzaluna, the Italian family restaurant.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings, to boats. Village Signs has proudly served southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
Northeast Maritime Institute's College of Maritime Science is a proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. If you're looking for a career at sea, look to NMI's program of education, adventure, and employment on northeastmaritime.com, America's premier 2-year maritime college.
Legacy Insurance Agency at 213 Main Street here in Wareham can offer you coverage for all your insurance needs. We have the bundle discounts, the accident forgiveness, the vanishing deductible, no loss, etc. But unlike those other gimmick companies, we can quote you with multiple carriers. So forget the lizard and the price tool and come talk to a professional. We'll help you find what's right for you.
Located in Wareham Crossing, Coastal Orthodontics, longtime sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen, knows the importance of a healthy smile. Dr. Kevin Oliveira and his team at Coastal Orthodontics are a patient-focused practice, delivering professional, effective orthodontic treatment based on the individual clinical needs of each patient, resulting in beautiful smiles in a timely manner. With 10 years of experience using Invisalign, Coastal Orthodontics uses the most up-to-date dental equipment.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Henrique Demore and J.D. Rachi going to take you the rest of the way home here before our postgame show anyway, as the Falmouth Commodores get set to do battle against the visiting Wareham Gatemen today. Wareham comes into the day with a 20-15-1 record. Falmouth 19-16-1, just one game on the heels of the second place Wareham Gatemen. And Katuitt all of a sudden in fourth place by just, they're only one game behind these Falmouth Commodores and two behind the Gatemen. Either way, should be interesting down the stretch here. A pivotal start to an even more pivotal three-game set, especially considering the success, or lack thereof, I should say, that the Gatemen have had here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Going today, like we said, it'll be Ryan Garcia versus TJ Sycamore. Ryan Garcia solidified himself as the ace of this Wareham lineup, has given up one run period, actually, or fewer in every single start this year. He's got 5 of them on the year. Both starters today with a sub 2, I should say, ERA. Both all-stars. TJ Sycamore making what we just learned is his last start of the year due to an innings limit. He'll be going back home out of Missouri, is Mr. Sycamore. And Sycamore actually started the rain-shortened game across, at that point, Ken Waldachuk, but Waldachuk gone. So even though this Falmouth rotation and pitching staff as a whole is truly, as we like to say, nasty, they will be losing a big piece going forward in TJ Sycamore. But given the depth that they have, both in the starting lineup and in the bullpen, it really shouldn't be too much of an issue, especially considering how well they've been hitting as of late.
Well, yeah, I think that's a big part of their hot stretch of late. 7 of their last 10, 8 of their last 11 have been wins for the Falmouth Commodores. The average has jumped 15 points in the last week or so within that stretch for Falmouth, and we knew that the pitching staff was going to be good all year long. We knew TJ Sycamore and Matt Canarino and guys like that were going to be absolutely fantastic. Then you add in the likes of Tyler Dyson, who has put together a nice last couple of starts, building off that start against the Gatemen where he allowed no runs and no hits in 5 innings. So we knew that the pitching staff was going to be there, but the hitters have really come to play of late. I think a big part of that has been Kyle Stowers and Austin Langworthy, 2 guys that weren't here at the beginning of the year for Falmouth, 2 guys that were not here for the first meeting of these teams here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. A game that the Gatemen barely won, had to come back and win off a Andrew Vaughn 2-run home run back in the 7th inning in what ended up being a 5-run 7th for the Gatemen on that day. But I think the bats have really come to play of late. Guys you have to look out for is that 3-4-5, Langworthy, Stowers, Sims. Davis Sims is having one of the quieter years on the Cape, but he is also one of the best power hitters on the Cape out of Murray State. Tied for 6th in home runs this season with 5 on the year. But even though he's tied for 6th, that's the 3rd most home runs on the Cape. Meanwhile, Austin Langworthy is tied for 3rd in home runs with actually the 2nd most home runs on the Cape this season. So that 3-4-5 of Langworthy, Stowers, a guy who's 3rd in the league in average and who also has some power, is going to be crucial for the Gatemen pitching staff to shut down today. And Ryan Garcia should be the guy that is going to give you the best possible opportunity to do that. But then the bullpen is also going to have to be consistent against that part of the lineup as they get to see a couple more pitchers for the Gatemen and get a little bit more comfortable at the plate if you're Falmouth.
So Falmouth definitely becoming one of the more well-rounded teams in the Cape. And I mean, if you were to put together a power rankings right now of just who today would be, the best team or whatever, you got to put Falmouth in the top 3. I think there's no debate about that.
Yeah, I think Falmouth has been one of the top 3 teams in the Cape in the Cape League over the past couple of weeks. Up there with the likes of YD and Chatham, 2 teams that are just absolutely raking in the East Division right now. And the Gatemen and the Hyannis Harborhawks have pretty much been playing just 500 ball. If you'd asked us maybe a week and a half ago, is Falmouth going to make a run at the 2 seed in the division? Heck no. The Gatemen and the Hyannis Harborhawks were the top 2 teams in the division for most of the year, but they have really made that run. As we mentioned, 7-3 in their last 10 games, and everything is coming together at the right time for Falmouth.
So they're going to try to continue the success that they've had. Like you said, JD, winners of 7 of their last 10, 8 of their last 11, but were dropped yesterday by those Hyannis Harborhawks 9-7. The Harborhawks clinging to first place, like we mentioned, 3-point lead over Wareham, 5-point lead over Falmouth, 7-point lead over Katuitt as the playoff push begins in earnest. 8 games left for both these teams, 37th of the year for both of them. Leading off here will be Isaac Collins out of Creighton, who has put an end to the little mini slump he was in. He's been hitting at a very consistent clip, despite a tough day at the plate yesterday in which he went 0-for-4. But unfortunately, that was kind of par for the course for the Gatemen yesterday. Registered just 4 hits, 5 base runners. That's where that 5 came from. First pitch coming in at officially 6:04. 4 minutes ahead of the scheduled first pitch time. Collins takes ball 1 inside. Overcast, gloomy day, heavy skies overhead as Collins takes a second pitch. Skies at a mile high into the shallow part of the right side of the infield. Coming over on it and ranging to his right as Davis Sims makes the catch for out number 1. Now Sahid Valenzuela will bat with 1 away and the base is empty.
Number 3, Sahid Valenzuela.
Starting temperature at game time, 77 degrees, although it sure doesn't feel like it. I mean, I'm also perpetually cold, so maybe I'm the wrong person to ask.
You're definitely the wrong person to ask. It feels just about 77. It's warm and humid. It's a Cape Cod summer day.
It is a little muggy, to be sure. Sahid Valenzuela takes a hard fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. Valenzuela wearing what look like they could be Michael Amditis' batting gloves with the green and orange. Cal State Fullerton mascot, the Titans, their colors are blue and orange. Ball 1 upstairs. We often see that. I mean, guys in summer leagues love to rep their schools, but also do a lot of merch swapping, if you will. So Valenzuela rocking some interesting gloves, although everyone gets their own Franklin batting gloves, team-themed. Strike 2 delivered on the outside corner, so Valenzuela going to get a confirmation on exactly where that was from home plate umpire Mike Collier. At first today, Ryan Troop and Larry Rosenberg rounding it out on the third base side today. That's the umpiring crew for tonight's ball game. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball, got him. Valenzuela chases it out of the zone. First strikeout of the day for TJ Sycamore, a guy who knows how to rack him up with astounding efficiency. Austin Shenton steps up to the plate, and with a 1-2 record that TJ Sycamore comes into the game with, I mean, he is a living example of one of your favorite points in baseball is why wins and losses do not matter.
They don't matter for starting pitchers. They really don't, especially on the Cape when you can't qualify for a win unless you go 5 innings as a starter. Most starters go 4-5 innings per game. So Sycamore's record, you look at his ERA, it's sub-2 at 1.45, one of the better ERAs on the Cape. So Sycamore is much better than his record indicates.
Strike 1 delivered here to Austin Shenton. So after getting Isaac Collins to pop out, first pitch strike to Sahid Valenzuela, doing the same against Shenton. Make that strike 2. Really well located on the low outside part of the plate to the lefty Shenton. We have a small delay of game. Time being called, although I confess I'm not sure what for. Everyone looking in the direction of the Wareham dugout. Maybe just past it to where some fans are sitting, maybe. I'm not sure. My vantage point from here isn't fantastic. The 0-2. Swinging a high fly ball, left field, hooking foul. We'll do it again. Count remains 0-2. The 0-2 to Shenton. Fastball misses low. Good frame attempt by Maverick Hanley. That does miss 1-2. Remind you the defensive alignment here for Falmouth. Left to right in the outfield, Kyle Stowers, Austin Langworthy, and Matt Wallner. Left to right in the infield, Cameron Cannon, Logan Davidson, Edward Julian, and Davis Sims. And Maverick Hanley, like I said, behind the plate. Got him with the changeup. That thing moved just mercilessly. Shenton a good cut at it, but missed. The Gatemen go down 1-2-3 in the first. Halfway through, it's still 0-0 here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field to go to the bottom of the first on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you. At the intersection of Route 195 and 28, Wareham Crossing, home of Lowe's, Target, and Red Robin, is the sponsor of the Gatemen Intern Program. They help to provide a world-class internship experience in broadcasting, marketing, sports management, and baseball operations. Check out Wareham Crossing's schedule for this year's Summer Movie Night Series.
Founded in 1854, the Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company is the world's largest cranberry grower and private property owner in eastern Massachusetts. The company supports organizations like the Wareham Gatemen and projects like the outdoor cranberry bog classroom that you may have passed on your way in. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Triumphant music over the PA as the top of the first was good for Falmouth. Don't get me wrong, pair of strikeouts, but all on breaking balls, like you said, JD. It was a breaking ball, and then a changeup, and that changeup had a lot of movement to it.
Those pitches were absolutely nasty. The pitch that he threw to Isaac Collins to get him to pop up, and then the pitch that he threw to Sahid Valenzuela to get him to strike out was just filthy curveball action, and then that changeup just dove right out of the zone. It was right on the outside corner, then it just skirted out of the zone real quick to Austin Shenton. He had no chance of catching up or laying off. He was already committed to the swing.
So now things will get going here, and Ryan Garcia, the ace of this Gatemen staff, will try to get a similar vibe going and starts the inning off as his counterpart did, TJ Sycamore, with a ball inside. But this one to the left-handed hitting Matt Wallner out of Southern Mississippi. 1-0, hard ground ball right side will go foul. It'll be Wallner, Maverick Hanley, followed by Austin Langworthy for the Falmouth Commodores to start things off in the first inning. Garcia from the windup, the 1-1, misses low with the fastball, 2-1. Defensive alignment for your Gatemen, Jeremy Idens in left, Skylar Hunter in center, and Isaac Collins in right field. Left to right in the infield, Austin Shenton, Ryan Kreidler, Sahid Valenzuela, and Lyle Lockhart Jr. The 2-1 lifted high, shallow into left center field. Idens and Hunter converging on it, and Skylar Hunter makes the grab for out number 1. Lazy fly ball, first pitch or first at bat of the game. You like to see that.
The catcher from Stanford, number 1, Maverick Hanley.
Matt Wallner is a very deceptively fantastic hitter. Had a studly year this year at Southern Miss in Conference USA. Hit .351. Numbers haven't exactly translated to the Cape League, but he's still a very dangerous hitter to set down at the top of the order.
Ball 1 misses outside. Studly's a technical term, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I only use technical terms.
Just making sure. 1-0. Upstairs, popped out of the glove of Luke Roscom, 2-0, who is doing the catching duties today for the Gatemen. In the designated hitter spot for Wareham, Gian Martellini hitting out of that 5-hole. We'll see if that shift and moving Martellini up, who has a lot of raw power, moving him up in the lineup, offering a little more protection to Jeremy Idens and the guys in that 2-3-4 for the Gatemen, who have been the best part offensively of this Gatemen lineup. See if that comes to fruition. Strike 1 on the outside corner, now the 2-1. Not thrown terribly hard, misses up and in, 3-1. From the windup, bases empty, 1 out, 3-1 pitch, skied high into left into center field. Shallow, coming in on it, still coming in on it, Skylar Hunter. Back-to-back flyouts to the center fielder to start things off in the first with 2 away and the bases empty. Here comes Austin Langworthy, a bat who the Gatemen know all too well. 2 homers in the last time these two teams met here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Drove in all 3 runs on 2 swings of the bat, a solo shot in the first and a 2-run shot later in that ball game. I believe it was in the 8th inning, if my memory serves me correct, off Nathan Florence. First pitch, got him with a strike on the inside corner. Langworthy batting just a $192 this year, as that one skips under the glove and between the legs of Luke Roscom. Takes a bit of an odd hop off the backstop. Retrieved by a ball boy, and we're ready to go again. Garcia steps back on the mound. 1-1, 2 down in the bottom of the first, scoreless from Falmouth. That one a hard ground ball, gloved on a backhand by Lyle Lockhart. Flips over to his pitcher, Ryan Garcia, and the side is retired. The Gatemen get the Commodores now to go 1-2-3. If after 1 we are scoreless here from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field, we go to the top of the second when we come back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Shop from home year-round on Gatemen.org. You can customize your Gatemen gear from any device, anywhere. We offer a large selection of apparel and unique gifts 24/7, 365. Hard to find sizes, colors, and styles. Youth Clinic registration is also available. Visit us today and remember us for holiday gifts at Gatemen.org.
Stop by the Ansel S. Gurney House, where you will find a unique shopping and dining experience. Whether shopping for a special occasion or just to treat yourself, you'll find what you're looking for in one of the 11 themed rooms. There's also a cafe serving fresh homemade lunches overlooking the extensive gardens. The Ansel S. Gurney House is located at 403 County Road in Marion.
Make sure you sign your child up today for the Gatemen Robertson's GMC Youth Clinics. This year we have 5 one-week sessions for children 5 to 14. We also have 2 special sessions for hitting and pitching open to teens. Registration is available online at gatemen.org or through forms available at the merchandise booth.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. 0-0 is your score. 1 inning through this one. Jeremy Idens followed by Gian Martellini and Lyle Lockhart Jr. 4-5-6 trying to get things going here for the Gatemen against TJ Sycamore, who sat the Gatemen down 1-2-3 with a pair of strikeouts in the first inning.
This is a great way to lead off this inning if you're the Gatemen, because it's a left-hander on the mound at TJ Sycamore. And yes, the Gatemen have struggled at times versus Southpaws this season, but the guy at the plate, Jeremy Idens, certainly has not.
Now, from that right-handed batter's box, like you said, JD, had immense success against lefties this year. He's had immense success, just period, this year. All-star and an all-star starter as well. And to put a number on that, as Idens takes ball 1 low to even the count of 1-1, Idens hitting .469 against left-handers, which, for those of you that don't know, that's extremely good. You couple that with overall a .325 batting average this year, and what, like I said, has been an all-star season for Idens. It's a fantastic bat in the middle of the lineup. Well, that's not usually, well, I guess nowadays it is usually where he bats, but historically speaking, not as much. Made the shift to the cleanup spot from the leadoff spot about a week and a half-ish ago. 1-2 comes in just upstairs, 2-2.
Well, they had to make some sort of move because they couldn't leave Isaac Collins hitting as well as he was at the bottom of the lineup. And with Jeremy Idens leading the league in RBIs this season, he's in the perfect spot in the cleanup spot to pick up even more RBIs. Not an RBI situation here, but can certainly get on base.
And almost does so as he hammers one into the direction of left center field. But Logan Davidson, an athletic leaping catch to take a base knock away. Hard hit, but a tough luck outcome for Idens. Now here comes Gian Martellini with 1 out and the base is empty.
And that's a important part of the shortstop position, is being able to field your position. Technically the hardest and most complicated, I suppose you could say, position to defend on the infield.
A strike 1 is delivered to Gian Martellini.
And with Logan Davidson being as big as he is, up at 6'3", 6'4", around that size, with the likes of Tanner Morris out in Harwich, that'll be a tough play for a guy like Zahid Valenzuela, but not for a guy like Logan Davidson, as we continue to see more and more bigger guys and more athletic guys become shortstops as the game of baseball kind of moves on and develops and progresses.
And Bryson Stott was a fantastic example of that, as that one is skied into center field. Should be routine for Langworthy. Ranges lazily in and to his left to make the grab. 2 away here in the second. And here comes Lyle Lockhart Jr. He will bat with 2 away and the base is empty.
Now batting, the first baseman from Houston, number 18, Lyle Lockhart Jr.
With a bevy of supporters here.
It's because there's a bunny on the field. There's a bunny.
No, it's because of Lyle Lockhart.
No, it's clearly because of the rabbit.
No, there's a bunny. Rabbit on the field.
He's kind of stuck, and we're going to have to wait to play here. He's just kind of chilling behind home plate right now.
I mean, He's
running straight toward us right now. He's kind of freaked out.
He loves the camera, specifically that of our beat writer, Ian Becerra.
He is running along right now, getting toward the on-deck circle. Luke Roscom loving it. And now he's racing up to third base side.
Lyle Lockhart Jr. hammers that one back foul. Now, JD, I know you don't love big farm animals. How do you feel about rabbits?
Oh, rabbits are cute. Rabbits won't do anything.
Okay.
Yes, I've got a irrational fear of some larger animals that might be featured on a farm, but rabbits are not one of them.
Rabbits are not one of them, so JD doing okay here next to me, to my left. Ian Becerra showing me some great pictures he got of the bunny. Going on the Twitter.com, absolutely.
Now, if it was a turkey running around, I might be underneath the table right now.
Turkey's not great. No, you're not a big fan. The 0-2 to Lockhart skied shallow right field, converging out at Edouard Julien. But Matt Wallner, the right fielder, calls him off, loses his hat on the way in, but makes the grab for out number 3. Bats have been silent so far. Falmouth's trying to change that when they come to bat in the bottom of the second inning. When we come back on the Gatemen Baseball Network. But real quick, I believe, tentatively speaking, we have our Mary Orders who has Gian Martellini here, and in fact, she does. So we're going to send it to her. A little bit of a interview on the fly here. Mary, what do you got for us?
No. Thanks, guys. So, Gian, you guys got the opportunity to play in Dunkin' Donuts Park yesterday. Tell me a little bit about that experience.
Oh, it was awesome. Getting to play in a professional field like that, at a venue like that, is pretty sweet. So we're used to playing here at these fields, so getting to play at a field like that was a treat.
And you're finding yourself in a different part of the order now, and you guys are also looking for a bit of an offensive spark. How are you looking to contribute to that?
We're just trying to look for our pitches and get something going. I think we just kind of got out of our plan a little bit, trying to make something happen ourselves. But, I mean, we just need to stick to the plan. We're all pretty good hitters, so I think it'll happen.
And looking to these last few games and into the playoffs, how are you guys looking to make a playoff push?
Just got to stay with our approach. Stay poised at the plate. The pitchers have to make good pitches, mix it up well, and play good defense. If we do that, we'll definitely have a run.
Gian, thanks so much. Guys, back to you.
All right.
Thank you very much to Mary Orders and Gian Martellini. Gatemen, like he said, they've been doing it at a high level pretty much all year. Of course, some scuffles now and then. Every team runs into those. But the Gatemen at their best, even without the Team USA guys, which I think has been obviously a storyline this year, and the offensive power that Bryson Stott and Andrew Vaughn provided, of course. But the Gatemen have been doing it pretty well at a high level, even without those guys. But as of late, the offense just hasn't been quite where they want it to be. But that being said, the Gatemen have shown they can do it. Are trying to restart things as the first pitch is hammered into right center field. Going to get down for a base hit, rolling all the way to the wall off the bat of the human hit machine, Kyle Stowers, who has won Cape Cod League Player of the Week now twice. I think it was 3 weeks ago and 2 weeks ago. He has been hitting the cover off the ball. Comes into today batting .363. That'll go up slightly after this double is recorded. Now Davis Sims has a man in scoring position with nobody out.
That's the kind of gap power that you need if you're the Gatemen. A guy like Kyle Stowers in the middle of your lineup, putting something in the gap and getting on base to lead off the inning and already have a runner in scoring position. That's something that the Gatemen need moving forward in their offense.
First pitch hard, fastball at the knees for strike one. To Davis Sims out of Murray State, batting .267 this year. 20 RBIs for him. Trying to contribute another one here in a key spot to put his team ahead early. Lifts that one high and deep into right center field. Collins and Skylar Hunter converging on it. Hunter loses it in the clouds initially, and it popped out of his glove. Skylar Hunter drops the ball literally, but he fires a throw into third and keeps runners at the corners. Tough break for the Gatemen defensively, and now Logan Davidson, 2 on, nobody out.
That was a running with the football before you have the football in your hands kind of play for Skylar Hunter. He saw that Kyle Stowers was going to try to tag up from second base on a deep fly ball from Davis Sims. Took his eye off the ball for a moment just to make sure Stowers was actually going to move up, and he was, and Skylar Hunter just had the ball pop out of his glove. He has been so great this season in terms of making fantastic defensive plays for the Gatemen, that time coming up short and out in center.
Yeah, it's absolutely the exception rather than the rule with Skylar Hunter. But it leads to a free base runner here for Wareham. You saw him lose it in the clouds initially. That one skied lazily, third base side. Shenton running over on it. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Dropped it on the transfer, they're going to say. Now over to second. Does go Davis Sims. Now, I wasn't looking, JD, I don't know if you were either, but did he leave? I mean, he left after the ball was caught, right? There's no issue.
Yeah, he tagged up.
Okay, just making absolutely sure. So
heads up base running, though. That's a great play. 2 runners in scoring position now. And they're going to actually throw over to first and see if he didn't dig tag up, and the first base umpire, Ryan Troop, says he did.
Okay, so it wasn't just me, because Davis Sims, like you said, no knock on him, but that was a really fantastic jump that he got. Really heads up base running, as that ball did take Austin Shenton about 50-60 feet into foul ground. Really nice backhanded catch by him. But now runners in scoring position, 2 of them, as ball 1 is delivered inside to Cameron Cannon.
And not only that, but now the double play opportunity is wiped out as well with Sims moving up to second. All around, just a really heads-up, baseball IQ heavy kind of play from Davis Sims.
That one skied into the infield. Infield fly rule in effect. The catch is made just for insurance. Kreidler puts it away, 2 away. What a big out that is.
That is a humongous out. We've talked about almost ad nauseum this season how important it is to have guys at third base with less than 2 outs because there are so many ways that you can score those runs. And now Ryan Garcia is just one well-placed pitch, a couple of well-placed pitches away from getting out of this inning unscathed after not a disaster out in center, but certainly a mistake from Skylar Hunter out in center field a couple of batters ago.
And now a batter that has been struggling at the plate this year as a whole takes ball 1. That's Edouard Julien out of Auburn. Utility man this year, but we've seen him pretty much exclusively at second base. And the 150 average, although that isn't great, what might be deceptive about it is he has been hitting well as of late. Takes a big rip and a miss at a fastball at the shoulders, 1-1. Scored a run in the 9-7 loss to Hyannis yesterday. And is 4 for his last 11, so he's been hitting the ball better as of late. For the better part of the season, his batting average was languishing, right around the 100 mark. Breaking ball shot foul, 1-2. Julien, as you might have guessed by his name, not from around these parts, or really any part close to Auburn, from Quebec, Canada. Just finished up his freshman year at Auburn, though, for the Tigers. Now Garcia 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. The 1-2 fastball rung him up at the knees. Yes, sir. Edouard Julien walks back to the dugout in frustration, and Falmouth wastes a golden opportunity to put runs on the board. To the top of the third we go here from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. 0-0 is your score on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thank the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
Located along the Cape Cod Canal, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is the area's newest rental independent living, assisted living, and memory care community. With some of the area's largest apartments and an ultra-inclusive monthly service package, Keystone Place is a life-fulfilling retirement community unlike any other. Distinct assisted living and memory care programs provide personal care services according to each individual's needs. Discover Keystone Place, the best option for meeting the care and support needs of seniors on Cape Cod.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden-fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. My name is Enrique DeMore. Alongside me is J.D. Raunchy, bringing you the action from Falmouth. 0-0 is your score. Here, as the Gatemen get set to go in the top of the third inning, Luke Roscom, Ryan Kreidler, and Skylar Hunter will be the ones to take on T.J. Sycamore, who has been successful so far. But Luke Roscom, a bat that has a lot of raw power in it, big dead pull lefty hitter. That's definitely what his bat and build entails, but he's had some really clutch hits even last summer in Duluth. I know I harp on it a lot. I got to see him last summer in the Northwoods League, but also this year, probably the most clutch hit of his Northwoods League, of his Cape Cod League career was that bases clearing double against Harwich in the late innings, which he took to the opposite field. The big lefty Luke Roscom took ball 1 here and takes strike 1 subsequently. Like I said, Luke Roscom, Ryan Kreidler, Skylar Hunter will be the ones in the bottom of the lineup to face Sycamore. The 1-1 hard ground ball, left side foul. That one sharply hit again to the opposite field, but just a loud strike. 1-2 to Roscom. Roscom hitting .280 this year. Been a very good bat in his on and off playing time. Hard ground ball, left side, backhanded by Davidson across the diamond. Yes, sir. 6-3 put out. Retires Roscom here in the third.
It's the second really nice defensive play from Logan Davidson in this game. One moving to his left on the glove side, had to leap and make a catch on that liner from Jeremy Idens to lead off the second inning. And then this one, he has to move into the 5.5 hole. And that's always tougher because your body and your momentum's taking you away from the bag. And a lot of times you'll see guys fade and they'll have an errant throw. But that time, Davidson, a good job to pick it and then set his feet and get a good, strong throw across to beat Roscom at the bag.
Yeah, it was a nonchalant play as well. That one lifted into left field. Going to get down for a base hit. First one of the day for Wareham. First one of the day for Ryan Kreidler as he is aboard with one out for Skylar Hunter.
Now batting, the center fielder from Purdue, number 51, Skylar Hunter.
Well hit ball. Jumped on it early. Nice fastball on the inside part of the plate from TJ Sycamore. Now the Gatemen have their first base runner of the day. Skylar Hunter going to try to bring him home. First pitch to him, chopped foul left side. Went down and got that first pitch breaking ball.
And I think this is a good opportunity for Skylar Hunter, who's been hitting much better of late at the plate, to kind of come back and give the Gatemen a little boost here after that error didn't end up hurting the Gatemen, but could have derailed that inning.
Oh, it really could have. TJ Sycamore pitching for the first time in the stretch. Lefty delivers. Skylar Hunter fouls it off his foot, 0-2. Hunter registered one of the only 5 Gatemen base hits yesterday and was the only guy to get into scoring position as well. Provides speed and a contact bat at the bottom of this lineup. One away. The 0-2 will have to wait slightly as Sycamore picks on over to first.
And Skylar Hunter's really a guy that personifies that old baseball adage of the 9-man is your second leadoff guy.
Absolutely.
Contact speed, gets on base, and then wreaks havoc on the base paths.
Swing defensive as Skylar Hunter gets a piece of it to stay alive. Breaking ball didn't do much breaking out of the hand of Sycamore. About eye level, but Hunter stays alive. Sycamore's going to have to beat him one more time. Another 0-2 pitch coming up. Clouds seem to be clearing up ever so slightly. Another pickoff attempt over to first. The throw might have beat him. It was a really sneaky move, but it popped out of the glove of Davis Sims. So all for naught as Kreidler is safe over there at first. Another 0-2 pitch. We'll have to wait again. Yeah, you can be a lot more deceptive, obviously, as a left-hander going to first base. And Sycamore doing that to a T today. Finally to home, the 0-2. Breaking ball misses outside. Really good eye by Hunter there, 1-2. It's a breaking ball that broke outside to the right-hander Hunter out of the left hand of TJ Sycamore. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball over to 2. This could be 2. Bounce off the chest there of Edward Julian, and we'll go over to second just for 1. So not fielded cleanly by Julien, but they do get the lead runner. Kreidler retired on the base path. Skylar Hunter takes Kreidler's spot over at first. And with 2 out, here comes Isaac Collins.
It's going to be tough to double off Skylar Hunter either way, just because of, as we mentioned, he is so quick on the base paths, but sometimes you just don't get a clean field. It was a well-hit ball, pretty hard hit on the ground toward Julien, but couldn't make a clean play. Skylar Hunter's on it first.
Gatemen have some life. Nasty breaking ball out of the hand of Sycamore. 0-1 to Isaac Collins. He cut and missed on that one. Looked like someone pulled a string on that one. My goodness. Sycamore takes a deep breath, holds his glove about belt high. Ready with the 0-1, goes to the plate. Collins hammers this one, foul down the left field line. Could have been extra bases. Like I said, with Hunter's speed, if that one gets into the corner, he might be scoring from first. But just a strike at the end of the day, 0-2 to the Gatemen right fielder. Isaac Collins takes a deep breath and steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Switch hitter from Creighton against the lefty Sycamore. With 2 down here in the third, the 0-2. Swinging a line drive into right center field. Going to get down for a base hit. This could be extra bases for Collins. Being waved around third is Skylar Hunter. Collins into second easily, and the throw finally coming in will not be nearly in time. Collins at third with a stand-up triple. And the Gatemen take the lead. 1-0 here in the third. Isaac Collins hammers one into right center field. 1-0 Gatemen.
There's the gap power I was talking about. That is what you need from this lineup. He takes a pitch, goes the other way against a really good pitcher in TJ Sycamore, hammers it out to the gap, takes a weird little hop off of a part of the fence that is connecting two different parts, so it took a weird hop back into center field. Isaac Collins with an RBI triple. Fantastic at-bat from him.
Worked himself out of an 0-2 count as well. Now the first pitch to Zahid Valenzuela. Good bounce back strike from Sycamore. Catches the inside part of the plate. Valenzuela, another switch hitter. And Isaac Collins just 90 feet away from doubling up the lead. Valenzuela trying to deliver. He's 0 for 1 today. The 0-1. Breaking ball. Thought about it. And they're going to say he did, in fact, go around. Mike Collier. Signals strike 2. 1-0 Gatemen on the RBI triple by Isaac Collins, to bring home Skylar Hunter. Sycamore, deep breath. The 0-2. In the dirt by 1.5 miles. Isaac Collins going to hold up at third, though. I'm not sure that made it to the dirt. Might have just barely. Maverick Hanley took it off his chest and kept it sort of in front of him. Rolled up the third baseline, but that is the wrong way to roll. If you're looking at it from the Gatemen's perspective, Isaac Collins smartly held up at third base. But Sycamore still in the driver's seat. The 1-2. In the dirt again, 2-2. Valenzuela 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. All-star middle infielder for the Gatemen. Batting .309, even though he's normally a second baseman. At Cal State Fullerton played shortstop, and for the West Division All-Stars, also the shortstop in that one. 1-2 hard ground ball up the middle. Nice backhanded glove by TJ Sycamore. Hit it hard, but right back at the pitcher. And the side is retired as he goes over to first base to complete the out. But the Gatemen get one on the Isaac Collins triple. 1-0 Wareham on the Gatemen Baseball Network when we come back.
And rent the Crow's Nest high atop the Sports Shack. The rental is just $25 per.
One of the area's best restaurants is located right up the street, Brewfish Bar and Eatery. Brewfish offers 20 rotating craft beers on tap and creative pub food. Check out their off-the-menu brunch with a Bloody Mary bar and $5 mimosas on Sundays. Join us for outdoor dining and drinks under the tent, or for live music every weekend, located on Route 105 in Marion.
Welcome back here for Gatemen Baseball on the Gatemen Baseball Network. I'm your host, Cameron Stewart, for our first look around the Cape League today. They're playing long ball out at Stony Brook. 5 homers between the Whitecaps and the Katuitt Kettleers as Brewster leads 4-3 in the top of the 6th. YD picking up where they left off yesterday, working on a 6-run 4th inning, which is still going, and the Red Sox lead Orleans 7-3 at Red Wilson. Kenyon Yova on the offense for the Firebirds with a 3-run homer, a couple RBI apiece for both Noah Campbell and Zach Zubia. Scoreless in the bottom of the 2nd between the Bourne Braves and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, and to round out the slate, the Harwich Mariners will travel to Veterans Field to take on the Anglers at 7 o'clock. That's it for me. We'll check back in the middle of the 6th. Now back to Henrique and JD.
Thank you very much, Cam. First pitch from Ryan Garcia. Skied over to foul ground. Austin Shenton grabs it out of the air. Will Brennan retired on 1 pitch. To the top of the order we go for Falmouth in the 3rd. Trying to respond after the Gatemen got 1. Isaac Collins with the clutch 2-out triple. Hammered it into the right center field gap. Little opposite field power shown. By a guy who, in Isaac Collins, does have 1 homer on the regular season, 2 if you count the preseason. But he is normally a contact bat, singles, doubles guy. But he hit it to the right part of the right part of the park. Here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gulf Fuller Field, that one laced into left field, but Jeremy Iden's under it to make the grab. Hard hit, hooking fastball on the outside part of the plate, and the left-hander Matt Wallner took it where it was pitched, but right to Jeremy Idens. 2 quick outs here in the third for Ryan Garcia. Now Maverick Handley going to try to get things going for Falmouth. Handley 0 for 1 today, doing the catching duties, as he always is, wearing number 1. Takes ball 1 outside. Not often you see a catcher wear number 1. Usually that goes to the likes of your center fielder, speedy outfielder of some kind. 1-0, catches the outside corner, strike 1. Although in the game of American football, obviously the numbers delineated much more, I should say rigidly by position, as ball 2 misses upstairs. But in baseball there are some sort of unspoken rules about who gets what kind of numbers anyway. Don't really see pitchers get single digits at all. Anything lower than 20, not really. Breaking ball misses low.
Well, it's not like we're playing in the NFL where there are legitimately actual number, like you have to wear certain numbers if you play a certain position.
No, right, and that's, like I said, right, I mean, quarterbacks usually get sub 20, right, as that one misses inside. A 5-pitch walk puts Maverick Handley aboard here in the third. First base on balls given up on the day by Ryan Garcia. 2 away for Austin Langworthy.
And that's not something you see in college football either. You think back to a couple of years ago, Michigan was doing a special series with their uniforms where guys that represented the qualities of specific former Michigan players were wearing those numbers.
That one skied about 1.5 miles high into shallow left field. Austin Shenton under it, called off by Ryan Kreidler, and the side is retired. World's fastest inning recorded here on the bottom of the third in Falmouth. Ryan Garcia, despite giving up the walk, mows through the Falmouth lineup with awesome efficiency. We go to the top of the fourth, 1-0 Gatemen on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
South Coast Health, operators of Charlton Memorial Hospital, St. Luke's Hospital, and Toby Hospital, delivers an unmatched combination of clinical excellence with a personal touch. They are proud to serve as southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island's only not-for-profit health system, as well as the region's largest employer. South Coast Health, the best care plus something more.
The Gatemen wish to thank Patty Wild and the trustees of the John Wild Charitable Trust for their continued support of Gatemen Baseball in Wareham.
Head on over to BB's Bar and Grill for food, drinks, and fun. Located just off Cranberry Highway, come in to sample the scrumptious fare or relax with a drink while enjoying live entertainment. The Gatemen thank BB's Bar and Grill for their support.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. 1-0 Gatemen. TJ Sycamore takes the mound for his 4th inning of work. Gatemen got one the last time they hit. Isaac Collins punched a triple into the right center field gap to score Skylar Hunter from first. Gatemen trying to do a little bit more of that against this Falmouth team who, ever since day one, poor choice of words there, more technically day 4 of the season. First time they were here in that 7-4 comeback win, where Skylar Hunter and Andrew Vaughn both had awesome days. Really, the Gatemen have not had a ton of success offensively against Falmouth. Last time they were here, 11 strikeouts by Gatemen bats. But today, so far, so good. TJ Sycamore will get a go at 3-4-5 for Wareham. Austin Shenton leads things off and takes a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Jeremy Idens followed by Gian Martellini in this one. The 1-0. Another breaking ball. This one a little better placed, but still drops below the zone. 2-0. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Wareham. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Falmouth Commodores. Swinging a tip into the glove. Sycamore working from the windup. Missouri Tiger takes a deep breath, winds up and deals. 2-1, fastball in the low outside corner, hit it where it was pitched, and it drops in front of the left fielder, Stowers, for a base knock. Third base hit of the day for the Gatemen, first of the day for Shenton, and the Gatemen have their leadoff man aboard for the first time all day for Jeremy Idens. Idens 0 for 1 today, but he smoked a ball right into the glove of the shortstop Logan Davidson. And like JD had mentioned, Davidson, a big kid out there from Clemson, had a phenomenal year for the Clemson Tigers in the ACC, but offensively the numbers really have not translated on the Cape. Davidson batting just 198. But Jeremy Idens, a guy who has been tearing the cover off the ball so far, a Cape Cod League high 21 RBIs. 25, excuse me. Ranks in the top 6 in batting average across the Cape as well. Really consistent year no matter where this kid is hitting the lineup. The 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball deep into right center field. Austin Langworthy has a beat on it though. Ranges back into his left to make the catch. Austin Shenton holds up at first. 1 away.
Now batting.
Jeremy Idens gave it an absolute ride but got just under it. That was a pretty deep part of the park there in right center. It's where Isaac Collins hit his triple. Last inning for Wareham. Gian Martellini looks in for his signs. Doing the designated hitting today for Wareham. And with one out, it wouldn't be unheard of to see him maybe drop a sacrifice bunt. But given that he's a designated hitter, he's in that 5-hole with all the raw power he has. Would be an interesting choice. Takes strike one of the letters, 0-1. Looks in again for more signs. And comes set in the right-handed batter's box. 1 away, man on first, and that man on first is going to have a ball thrown at him in Austin Shenton. Nothing doing, though. 0-1 still to Martellini. Full out to Austin Langworthy his last time up. Sun finally peeking out over what was a very heavy cloud layer here in Falmouth. Sycamore ready with the 1-1. Breaking ball inside corner. Martellini hammers into the left field, but right into the glove of Kyle Stowers. Gave it a ride, but landed right in the glove of the Stanford Cardinal. 2 away. Austin Shenton still at first base.
Lyle Lockhart Jr.
Now Lyle Lockhart Jr., the batter, batting an even 200 on the year, but trying to get back to the damage he did offensively at Houston. The switch-hitting Cougar, now Gatemen, bats from the right side, looks in for his sign, and steps into the right-handed batter's box against TJ Sycamore. Hit just a shade under 300 at Houston this year. First pitch he sees takes a mean rip at it, but fouls it off straight down. Lockhart. Just 2 for his last 18. The 0-1. Fastball outside.
Yeah, because it first got big like around winter time.
Yeah, September. Battle Royale didn't drop until September.
1-0 Gatemen here in the top of the 4th inning. Wareham trying to add on a couple more. Now it's up to Lyle Lockhart. Crouches in his right-handed stance. Takes a breaking ball outside. Good eye by the Houston Cougars. That one swung from high to low and inside to outside. Breaking ball with a ton of movement. Out of the hand of Sycamore, but he's thrown sharper stuff today. That one a bit of a looper. 2-1, changeup, bounced up the middle. Julian going to take it himself. Step on second to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still 1-0 Gatemen on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Head on over to BB's Bar and Grill.
Established in 1877, TM Riders, a family-run insurance agency located in downtown Middleborough, Massachusetts. TM Riders' goal is to find the best coverage at a fair rate for their customers, but they really value giving the best service they can provide. Visit the office on Thatcher's Row if you would like P&C insurance information, quotes, and policies.
The 2018 Cape League All-Star Game will be played at White House Field in Harwich, Sunday, July 22nd. Game time is 6 p.m., gates open at 2. One highlight will be the Cumberland Farms home run hitting contest. There will also be an autograph session and a large merchandise village with items from many of the teams. Support the Gatemen in part by purchasing your ticket right now at the merchandise booth. Tickets are just $5.
Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone. A home run.
Eastern Propane and Oil is the Wareham Gatemen home run sponsor. Each time a home run is hit by a Gatemen player, Eastern Propane and Oil donates a camp scholarship to a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
The Beach House Grill at Chatham Bars Inn Resort and Spa is the perfect spot for a seaside lunch or evening clam bake. A proud member of leading hotels of the world.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. 1-0 Wareham in the bottom of the fourth. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the visiting Gatemen. No runs on 1 hit, no errors for the Falmouth Commodores. That 1 hit came on a double off the bat of Kyle Stowers, who now steps in here to start things off for the Falmouth Commodores. Takes the first pitch he sees, hits a sharply hit ground ball over to Ryan Kreidler, who fires across the diamond to retire Stowers. Big out recorded here for Ryan Garcia.
Now batting.
And now Davis Sims will bat. Reached on an error, 0 for 1 today. A rare dropped fly ball by Skylar Hunter. And as the skies, like I said, have cleared up a little bit. The sky not just a straight up dark gray. Some blue poking out, clouds looking a little whiter. Breaking ball hammered into center field. Nothing cheap about this one. Going to go into the glove of Skylar Hunter, but he has a little bit of trouble with it. It actually gets behind him. It's going to go all the way to the wall. He tried to run over on it. It got into the gap, but Hunter, he cut it off initially as he slid over to his left. And bounced off him. And rolled all the way to the wall. Another error chalked up statistically here to Skylar Hunter. So Davis Sims credited with the single for sure, but advanced to second on the error. Now Logan Davidson again with a man in scoring position, but this time with 1 out. Very similar situation to what Falmouth had going in the second inning when they had runners on second and third with nobody out and left both of them stranded. Strike at the knees. Pair of infield pop-ups and a strikeout of Edward Julian. Got the Gatemen out of that jam. Gonna try to replicate that success here. Ryan Garcia has been awesome. Giving up just the 1 hit. Pickoff over to second. Oh my goodness, by a hair. Did Davis Sims dive back into second base. Really crafty move by Garcia that caught Sims sleeping out there. The wind starts to pick up here. And Kreidler as well, quiet as a mouse behind him at shortstop. No one holding him on now. Kreidler retreats to his spot. The 0-1. Strike at the knees, 0-2. I think Logan Davidson might have thought that was a little too far inside, but home plate umpire's opinion is the only one that matters. That's Mike Collier today. Davidson steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Does have 9 RBIs on the year. Trying to get into double digits with a base knock here, and he does exactly that potentially. Being waved around third is Davis Sims, and actually held up at the last second as the throw comes in from Isaac Collins. As the Creighton Blue Jay out there in right field got a good beat on it and fired a strike into the infield. Lyle Lockhart cut it off, but that'll get runners at the corners here with 1 out. Cameron Cannon, the batter. And he batted in this exact scenario. Actually, excuse me, not this exact scenario. He had second and third, 1 out. Now batting with the runners at the corners and 1 out. But a similar great opportunity for this 6, 7, 8 part of the Falmouth lineup to push across a run. They trail it 1-0 now. All the teams do have 3 hits apiece. Places that one, a little blooper into right field. Collins going to let it bounce in front of him. 1 run will come in. Runners at first and second. As the game is tied, Davis Sims comes in to score on the RBI single by Cameron Cannon. 3 straight hits given up by Garcia after getting a hard bounce out of Kyle Stowers. Edward Julian, the batter, 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking to end the second inning. He's got first and second with 1 out. Now a tie ball game as the 4th Falmouth hit of the day brings across a run in Davis Sims. From the stretch, Garcia blows a fastball by Julian, 0-1. Julian steps into the left-handed batter's box. In the dirt, Roscom keeps it in front of him. Looks like he might have taken it off his arm. As he opens and closes his right hand. Bounced in the dirt and took a fleshy thump. Off Luke Roscom behind the dish. 1-1. In the dirt again, 2-1. Julian, despite a tough year at the plate this year for him, did have a lot of success this year at Auburn. He's pretty much the everyday second baseman for the Tigers. SEC all-freshman as well. At 275 this year in 62 contests. Lifts a lazy fly ball into center field. Skylar Hunter comes in out of no trouble with this one for the second out of the inning. Fires the ball into the infield. Ryan Kreidler gets it back to his pitcher, 2 away.
The designated hitter from Kansas State, number 10, Will Brennan.
Will Brennan out of Kansas State. He's now the batter with 2 away and still runners on first and second. 3 straight singles, one by Sims, one by Davidson, and one by Cameron Cannon, have given Falmouth 1 run, combined with an error by Skylar Hunter that allowed Sims to advance from first to second and put him into scoring position, more importantly, which ended up being crucial, as the run that has come across is in fact unearned by Garcia. First pitch, fastball just misses inside to Brennan out of Kansas State, 0-1. Garcia comes set, holds the glove chest high. 1-0. Lazy fly ball right into the glove of Ryan Kreidler. And the side is retired. The Commodores do get 1, though. Davis Sims comes across a score on the Cameron Cannon RBI single, but they strand 2. Tie ball game 1-1 as we go into the top of the 5th inning here from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field.
Robert B. Auer.
The Wareham Gatemen thank Reed Custom Soils for your support. Reed Custom Soils is New England's most experienced precision soil blenders and is trusted by over 300 golf courses throughout New England.
At E.L. Morse Lumber, commitment to the customer shines through in every aspect of their daily operations, including their competitive prices, complete product selection, and superior customer care. Visit E.L. Morse Lumber, located on Cranberry Highway in Wareham, for service with a personal touch.
Are you hungry? Visit the concession stand for some new menu items. Try fried dough, chicken fingers, or french fries along with your regular favorites, hot dogs, burgers, cold drinks, and ice cream. Proceeds from the concession stand support the Gatemen and the Wareham High DECA program.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Falmouth ties the ball game. Cameron Cannon provides the power. And we've got a 1-1 and not here at the end of the 4th. To the top of the 5th we go. TJ Sikkema still on the hill. Despite giving up the run, he has been really darn good, giving up just 3 hits. Has gotten just 3 total base runners as well. No free passes, couple fielder's choices. Actually, I should say 4 base runners technically. But bottom line, the Missouri Tiger has been stellar. Continued his success in what is going to be his last outing of the year for the Falmouth Commodores anyway. Luke Roscom steps up to the plate, 0 for 1 today. The 2 guys behind him, Ryan Kreidler and Skylar Hunter, are 2 of the base runners that have been given up today by Sikkema. Roscom takes strike 1 at the knees.
And really for Sikkema, it was just the one mistake to Isaac Collins that did him in, the RBI triple out into the right center field gap.
That one in the dirt, fastball misses to Roscom.
I don't even think you can say did him in. It's still a 1-1 ball game after the unearned run comes in against Ryan Garcia in the 4th. So he has certainly kept Falmouth in the game.
No, it's all relative, absolutely. Luke Roscom puts a charge into one, but right into the glove of Matt Wallner out there in right field. Looped one there for an out. One away here for Ryan Kreidler.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Kreidler 1 for 1 today with a base knock.
Ryan Kreidler.
Was gunned out at second after Skylar Hunter grounded into a fielder's choice, but made good use of his time on the base pass. Came around to score on the Collins triple. Kreidler out of UCLA. Trying to bring that batting average up. 244 on the year, and has done so pretty methodically. As he went around on that one, says the home plate umpire. Strike one. Despite going 0 for 2 yesterday, was riding a 3-game hit streak in which he went 1 for 4 in every single game. So like I said, very methodical. Trying to bring that batting average up. 1-0, breaking ball. Dropped in there for strike one. Oh, and 2, excuse me. I trusted the scoreboard. I was let down. The 0-2. That one inside, 1-2. Sickema missed with a fastball. He's featured 2 types of breaking balls, a firm fastball, and a changeup as well. Used all 4 of those pitches with aplomb, is the SAT word I'm going to use today, in the first inning.
You proud of that?
Very, actually. Considering I didn't take the SAT, I was more of an ACT fellow.
The Californians and their ACTs.
I did love my ACT. I performed well enough on the ACT. On the SAT, I was, just truly abysmal. The discrepancy between those 2 tests for me could not have been more pronounced. It was remarkable. A 3-1 now coming from Sickema from the windup in the dirt. And again, made the mistake of trusting the scoreboard. 2-2 actually is the count. My apologies. And in scenarios like this, I like to look up at the scoreboard and see how frantically they try to change the numbers. Has not happened yet. 2-2 to Kreidler. Chopped up the middle. Julian ranges over to his right. Nice play by the Auburn Tiger. Fires across the diamond to retire Ryan Kreidler. Now Skylar Hunter to bat here with 2 outs in the 5th.
Now batting, the center fielder from Purdue, number 51, Skylar Hunter.
Skylar Hunter at Purdue had an absolutely amazing year as his Purdue Boilermakers won the Big Ten tournament, first team all Big Ten tournament. Hit .313 in the Big Ten this year. Actually, I should say .313 across the whole season, not just against Big Ten opponents. Setting up outside is Maverick Handley. Gets the pitch a little more outside than maybe he would have liked. 2-0 to Hunter. Oh for 1 with that run scored today. That provided a very consistent bat in the bottom of the order. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Change up on the outside part of the plate. 2-1. Base is empty. 2 down. Gatemen and Commodores knotted at 1 here in the top of the 5th. 2-1 to Hunter. High fly ball. Shallow right field. Should be playable. Julien back paddling. Wallner comes in. Loses his hat again, but makes the grab. Gatemen go down 1-2-3. On the pop-out from Skylar Hunter, still 1-1 is your score from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. We'll be right back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedom. In support of this program, the Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This special weekly celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by 47 Brand, HP Hood, Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority, Advanced Embroidery, and the Cape League. Support our troops and join us by wearing red each Friday.
The Bay Point Golf Club offers a unique collection of 18 championship golf holes, a beautiful banquet facility, and a club host that has a fully stocked pro shop. The Bay Point Grill is a perfect place to grab a meal or watch a game. The course is located off of Onset Avenue in Buzzards Bay. The Gatemen thank you for your support.
One of the Gatemen's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini-golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line.
Welcome back to Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. 1-1 is your score, and your play-by-play man will be switching. I'm Enrique DeMore. We're turning it over to my broadcast partner, J.D. Roch. He's going to take us the rest of the way home. J.D., take it away.
Thank you very much, Henrique. Ryan Garcia, the right-hander out of UCLA, back to the bump for the Gatemen, and he'll face the top of the order, Matt Wallner from Southern Miss for Falmouth. First pitch breaking ball misses inside and high, just above the belt. A ball and no strikes to Wallner, who is 0 for 2 today with a pair of flyouts, one to center and one to left field. 1-0 home. Breaking ball a little bit lower that time, well located. Called strike from the home plate umpire Mike Collier. 1-1. Wallner out of Forest Lake, Minnesota, just an hour or so away from both Luke Roscom and Isaac Collins. 1-1 fastball misses up and away. 2 balls and a strike. All three guys playing together as they grew up through AAU and high school and things of that variety. And Collins said Wallner is one of the better hitters he has ever seen. He hit .351 this season at Southern Miss. 2-1 to him. Still hasn't swung the bat in this at-bat. Misses up and away. 3 balls and a strike. When Garcia's effective, he leaves his pitches down, as do most pitchers. A lot of pitches in this AB, though, have been left up. The 3-1 from the right-hander. Fouled off straight away back into the screen behind home plate. And the count runs full. Wallner, not originally on the Falmouth roster, was signed after spending some time with Team USA after he was released by Team USA on July 7th. 3-2 home, chopped to the left side of the infield. 2 hops into the glove of Ryan Kreidler. Sidearm throw in 1 motion in time at the first base bag. 1 gone.
Good to see Ryan Garcia start to get back to the weak contact that he has generated off these Falmouth bats. Really every inning except for that 4th inning. 3 sharply hit singles from the middle of the order, but other than that, smooth sailing for Ryan Garcia. Kyle Stowers hit a couple balls hard, but other than that, a lot of dribblers, some lazy fly balls. This is good news for Garcia.
His first pitch to Maverick Handley out of Stanford misses up and in. A ball and no strikes. And one thing that we've noticed over the year with Ryan Garcia is that the strikeout numbers have been very high for him. He has had the strikeout stuff. It hasn't been there today, though. 1-0 fastball in the outside corner, 1-1. And it wasn't something he did a lot at school either. Wasn't a big strikeout guy this season for UCLA.
No, it's been on and off for him. But like you said, at his best, he has been awesome in that respect.
1-1 diving breaking ball out of the zone in the left-handed batter's box. 2-1 to Handley, who is 0 for 1 today. Flied out to center field in the first inning and then walked in the third against Garcia. All Pac-12 matchup here. UCLA Bruin on the mound. Stanford Cardinal in the batter's box. The 2-1 home. Waved on a missed way behind a fastball. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes, the count from Ryan Garcia to Maverick Handley. 1 gone, bottom of the 5th. We got a 1-1 ball game from Arnie Allen Diamond. 2-2 came up and hit him. Tried to turn out of the way, clipped him on the shoulder on the way by. So Handley is on for the second time today. Still doesn't have a hit, but a walk and a hit batsman. He's just 0 for 1, but 2 times on base. 1 on, 1 out for Austin Langworthy.
And those are the only 2 mistakes, really, strictly speaking, just pure pitching-wise, that Garcia has made today. The hit by pitch and the walk to Handley. He's been stranded both times.
First pitch to Langworthy, a looping breaking ball on the inside corner, a called strike. 0-1 to the center fielder out of Florida, who's also 0 for 2 today. A ground down to the first baseman Lyle Lockhart, and then a pop out to the shortstop Ryan Kreidler in his first 2 ABs. 0-1 inside, Handley off with the pitch, throws down Luke Roscom. It gets away into center field, but Skylar Hunter is there to back it up. It was a delayed steal from Maverick Handley. Roscom didn't know that Handley was going, popped up and then made the throw down, but neither of the middle infielders had moved either. I think they were expecting Roscom to eat it. Ryan Kreidler wasn't at the bag, neither was Sahid Valenzuela, and it skipped into center field, but it will be a stolen base for Handley.
Yeah, a bit of a weird one there. The delayed steal wreaking every possible kind of havoc it could. Now, man, in scoring position here with 1 away for Langworthy.
The 1-1 from Garcia out of the stretch, called strike at the knees on a nice breaking ball from the UCLA Bruin, 1-2. Langworthy, as you mentioned, Henrique, still trying to get the bat going, hitting under 200, but he does have 6 home runs on the Cape League season, tied for 3rd most in the league. Couple of checks back at second base. The 1-2 called strike 3 at the knees. Great pitch from Ryan Garcia. The fastball blew it right by him, right at the knees. Second K of the day, and it's brought to you by Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard, the official strikeout sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. Big out number 2 now, as there's still a runner in scoring position for the best hitter on this team and the third best in the Cape League, in Kyle Stowers. First pitch from UCLA to Stanford, misses up and in on a breaking ball, 1-0. Stowers a double back in the second inning before being stranded at third base, then grounded out sharply to the shortstop, Ryan Kreidler, back in the fourth. Garcia comes set, his 1-0. Popped up foul down the left field line, 1-1. Stowers coming into this game hitting .363 on the season. That's almost 100 points better than any other batter on this Falmouth team. The next best batting average on the Commodores roster is Davis Sims at .267 coming into the day. An absolutely stellar season for Stowers, a much-deserved All-Star. Back in that All-Star game on Sunday at White House Field in Harwich, hit an opposite field home run off of Brewster's Kyle Cameron to then give the West a 4-0 lead. West obviously ended up winning it 4-3. 1-1 fouled off back and left. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Maverick Hanley at second in scoring position. Kyle Stowers in the batter's box. Short, closed-off stance for him. And now Luke Roscom calls for time behind home plate. We've got a 1-1 ball game here at Gov Fuller Field, bottom of the 5th inning. 2 outs in the inning. Garcia working from the extreme first base side of the rubber. Tucks a black glove into his chest. Now comes set belt high. His 1-2 home. Just misses low. A breaking ball on the inside corner. 2-2.
It's one of those you almost want to just give him the call just for the effort. And I mean, the amount that pitch broke, that was absolutely disgusting out of the hand of Garcia.
Still 2 strikes against the batter. The 2-2 home. Waved on and missed on a changeup on the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Ryan Garcia. And we still got a 1-1 ball game as we head to the top of the 6th inning here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Whatever your goals may be, Joe Crespi and the Merrill Lynch of Taunton will work with you to develop a customized financial strategy designed to help you pursue what's important to you. Managing your wealth and listening to you is their top priority.
Got legal trouble? Attorney Mark Deshays is here to help the greater New Bedford area with real estate and business law, estate planning, and probate. Visit him today.
Get Gatemen gear. Check out the latest styles and colors of your favorite Gatemen apparel. Also in stock, a large selection of Cape League items, including tickets to the All-Star Game. Test your pitching speed and pick up a souvenir ball, all at our merchandise booth.
One to one the score from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field, the home of the Falmouth Commodores. TJ Sycamore back to the mound to face off with the Gatemen in the top of the 6th inning. It'll be the top of the order and Isaac Collins due up for Wareham along with Sahid Valenzuela and Austin Shenton. JD Rachi here with you alongside my broadcast partner Henrique Demore. And outside of that one mistake too, Isaac Collins. Sycamore has looked great on the mound, Henrique.
No, he really has. I mean, he's had everything going. We mentioned how he's had the fastball, the changeup, couple types of breaking balls working for him. He's only had, despite only just the 2 strikeouts that came in the first inning, I think that first inning was a microcosm of how the day's been, aside from the put-away stuff. A lot of weak contact besides, like you said, the one mistake that he made to Collins.
So Isaac Collins, the switch hitter out of Creighton, strides into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch to him. Breaking ball in at the belt. 0-1. Collins thought it was a little bit higher than the home plate umpire Mike Collier did. As you mentioned, Collins, the RBI triple in the 3rd inning to produce the lone run of the game for the Gatemen. 0-1 to him. Breaking ball in the outside corner, 0-2. Before that, popped out to the first baseman Davis Sims back in the 1st inning. Collins takes his customary deep breath as he steps back into the batter's box and waves a two-tone bat over the plate. The 0-2 home from Sycamore, roped down the left field line, but foul. Just out in front of a breaking ball on the inner half, 1-2.
Collins worked himself out of an 0-2 count to get on bases last time up, resulting in that triple, obviously. This time going to have to do the same here. You can always count on him to put together a good at-bat.
No balls and 2 strikes. Sycamore ready to go. His pitch home. Flubbed foul down the right field line on a twisting line drive into the cavernous foul territory here at Arnie Allen Diamond. Still 0-2 the count.
Flub is another technical term, right?
I like I said the first time, I only use technical terms.
I should stop doubting you at this point. 37 games into the year, I gotta know better.
Sycamore out of the full windup, brings the black glove in front of his face. Another 0-2 pitch. Misses in the dirt, skips into the chest protector of Maverick Handley behind home plate. 1-2. Sycamore says yes to the sign from Handley as Collins steps back in with the long white sleeve on his right arm. The 1-2 to the switch hitter, waved on and missed. He's upset with himself, chased a breaking ball out of the zone, 1 gone in the inning.
And tough one there, the breaking ball working very well, deceptive there from the hand of TJ Sycamore. But like you said, Collins knew he shouldn't have chased it. He's a more disciplined hitter than that, and he knows it.
1 gone in the top of the 6th inning. TJ Sycamore now up to 70 pitches on the day as Zahid Valenzuela strides in. First pitch to the Cal State Fullerton Titan. Breaking ball clips in at the knees, 0-1. Valenzuela 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out swinging it in the first on a nasty breaking ball in the inside corner, and then grounded out sharply to the pitcher Sycamore in the third. 0-1 from the left-hander. Waved on and missed again. Another breaking ball in the dirt, similar to the pitch he struck out on in the first. Quickly 0-2. Valenzuela adjusts the orange and green batting gloves on the outside of the batter's box. Steps back in and waggles the bat over his head. The 0-2 home. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Fastball at the knees, back-to-back Ks. The 3rd and 4th of the day for TJ Sycamore. And there are 2 gone in the 6th for Austin Shenton.
Really, really well-located pitch. I don't blame Zahid Valenzuela for taking that one, though, especially as he tried to sell it, by jumping out of the way of it a little bit, or at least moving his behind out of the way. Tough one there. He'll bounce back, though. Valenzuela is 0 for 3. But you can count on him to, like I said, like Isaac Collins, that one bounces in the dirt. At the top of the lineup, really put together, really good at-bats. Work counts really well, but Sycamore back in his bag these last 2 at-bats.
1-0 the count to Austin Shenton, the 3rd baseman out of FIU, who came into the day with the 2nd best average on the Cape. 1-0 misses down and away on another slider out of the zone to Austin Shenton. 2 balls and no strikes. Shenton a left-handed batter, so in theory, he shouldn't hit all that well against left-handed pitchers. 2-0. Misses in the dirt again, 3-0, but he has just hit well against absolutely everybody this season. Yes, he is better against right-handed pitchers at .390, but still a .350 average for Austin Shenton against southpaws this year. He's got 3 doubles and 6 RBIs against lefties.
Yeah, really not a lot to dislike about this kid, obviously, at the plate. Get numbers like that, batting any much better from one side or the other, especially as a switch hitter.
Here comes the 3-0 from Sycamore. It misses outside, and it's a 4-pitch, 2-out walk to Austin Shenton, who's on for the 2nd time today. Keeps the inning alive for Jeremy Idens.
The left fielder from UCLA, number 7, Jeremy Idens.
Idens 0 for 2 today. Lined out sharply to Logan Davidson at shortstop back in the 2nd inning on a nice play from the shortstop. And then flied out to center field in the 4th on a well-hit ball to Austin Langworthy. First pitch from Sycamore out of the stretch. Called strike on the outside corner. A fastball. 0-1. With today's at-bats factored in, Iden still leading the team in average against left-handers at .441 on the year. 0-1. Breaking ball misses inside. 1-1. Shenton being held on at first by Davis Sims. Jeremy Idens in the batter's box for the Gatemen. Waggles a 2-tone bat over his head with the Rawlings batting gloves gripping it. The The 1-1. Swung on and popped up sky high on the infield grass and now drifting out toward the outfield grass. Edward Julian steps back and almost falls over as he makes the catch, but he does complete the out for the final out of the inning. Austin Shenton stranded at first after a two-out walk. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cam Stewart will have a look around the Cape League when we come back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Gatemen Baseball is officially sponsored by Robertson's GMC, the truck professionals, located on Cranberry Highway in Wareham. We are proud to sponsor the Gatemen Youth Clinic for 2018. Robertson's GMC. We are professional grade. Power like a pro.
Back here from Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth, our second and final look around the Cape League tonight. The home run onslaught has not let up at Stony Brook. 3 more to make it 8 on the game. The last 2 by Zach Humphreys and Peyton Burdick have propelled Katuitt to an 8-5 lead over the Whitecaps, that game in the 8th inning. In the bottom of the 6th at Red Wilson Field, the YD Red Sox still with the same 7-3 lead over the Orleans Firebirds in the last time we checked in. Matthew Barefoot with an RBI single at Doran Park has the Harbor Hawks up 1-0 over the Braves in Bourne in the bottom of the 5th inning. In the top of the 2nd from Chatham, things are still scoreless between the Anglers and the Harwich Mariners. That our last game on the slate tonight. That'll do it for me in our second and final look around the Cape League. I'll be back for the post-game show, but for now, let's toss it back to Henrique Demore and J.D. Rachi.
Thank you very much, Cam Stewart. Davis Sims leads off the bottom of the 6th for the Falmouth Commodores here at Arnie Allen Diamond. Fouls off a first pitch breaking ball. 0-1 just below our crowd mic as you heard the clang of the chain link fence behind home plate. Sims 1 for 2 on the day. Both the balls he has hit, Skylar Hunter has had trouble with. The 0-1 home fouled off the glove of Luke Roscom, 0-2. First time around, he flied one out to straightaway center field, and it looked like it was going to be a routine foul or fly ball, I should say, for Skylar Hunter, but it popped out of his glove as he was worried about Kyle Stowers tagging from second base. And then the last one was a sharply hit single that clicked off the glove of Skylar Hunter out there. 0-2 breaking ball, misses down and away. Check swing, appealed down to the first base umpire, Ryan Troop. He did not go around. It was a well-hit single, and Skylar Hunter tried to slide and stop it from going to the wall, but it clicked off his glove and actually ended up rolling to the wall, and Sims was able to move up to second base. The 1-2 skied foul down the right field line, still a ball and 2 strikes. And really that error was what allowed the inning to keep going for Falmouth and was what allowed them, the last one I should say, the last error was what allowed them to score their lone run of the day after 3 straight singles against Garcia in the 4th.
Yeah, that's why that run obviously unearned against Garcia.
1-2 chop foul down the left field line. We'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes.
And this turning into innings-wise a career high. On our season high, I should say, really, for Garcia. His last 5 starts, excluding the All-Star game, 4-3, 5-4, 5 in terms of innings.
He's got a ball and 2 strikes against the big right-hander Davis Sims out of Murray State in Paducah, Kentucky. 6'4", 220 pounds, just finished up his redshirt sophomore season with the Racers. Garcia comes set out of the full windup. His 1-2 waved on and missed. Pitch misses in the dirt, but Luke Roscom is there to back it up, and his throw down to first completes the strikeout, the 4th of the day and the 3rd in a row dating back to the 5th inning for Ryan Garcia. And it's brought to you by Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard, the official strikeout sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. So 1 up, 1 down against Garcia here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Logan Davidson, the shortstop out of Clemson, strides in from the left side. First pitch from Garcia, breaking ball on the inside corner, a called strike, 0-1. Davidson, the switch hitter, batting left out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and Providence High School. 0-1 breaking ball, good strike at the knees on the outside corner, 0-2. Goes inside on one breaking ball, outside on the next, both at the knees. Garcia takes a deep breath and stares off into the distance on the right field side. Out of the full windup, his 0-2 home, misses up and away. A ball and 2 strikes on a waste pitch out of the zone. Davidson 1 for 2 on the day, popped out into foul territory to Austin Shenton in the second, and then singled back in the fourth against Garcia. The 1-2 home. Breaking ball skips into the chest protector of Luke Roscom. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Firm fastball and a nasty breaking ball. That is the bread and butter, respectively. Not sure which one's the bread, which one's the butter. Depends on your taste, I guess. But that's kind of been it for Garcia, and that nasty breaking ball. He's gone back to his put-away stuff as of late. 2-2, blew a fastball by him. 5th strikeout of the day for Garcia. That's 4 in a row set down by way of decay. 2 gone in the 6th. Just as I say that, like you said, JD blew a fastball by him at the shoulders, but although he went to that breaking ball more recently as his put-away pitch to get these swinging strikeouts, one of Stowers, one of Sims, he starts sitting on that enough, and it's like Gian Martellini said, pitcher's got to mix it up, and he's doing exactly that, and my goodness, what a pitch.
First pitch, breaking ball in the outside corner, beautifully located pitch that just broke off some nastiness across the zone to Cameron Cannon, the right-handed batter out of Arizona. The 0-1 to the All-Star, misses low and in. A ball and a strike from one teammate to the other in terms of West Division All-Stars this Sunday at White House Field. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses up and in, 2 balls and a strike, and Cannon isn't having the best season in terms of average this year. The average down in the low 200s, but it's the RBIs that got him into the All-Star game. 2 balls and a strike, the pitch home, swung on and hammered out to center field, and it will fall in front of Skylar Hunter and down for a 2-out single. Second hit of the day for Cameron Cannon. First of the inning for the Falmouth Commodores. 2 outs and a runner on at first now for Edward Julian.
Cannon quietly bringing that batting average up. Obviously, there's something to be said about hitting with guys in scoring position, hitting clutch at the right time. Like he said, came in today with a team-leading 20 RBIs. That's what got him the All-Star nod, batting .252 this year. So that one misses outside 1-0. But for a while there, his batting average languishing in the low 200s. His .252 actually the highest mark it has been all year for Cannon.
1-0. Called strike on the inside corner on a fastball from Garcia. 1-1 the count to Edward Julian, who is 0 for 2 today. The Auburn Tiger struck out looking against Garcia in the second, and then flied out to center field to end the 4th inning. Ball and a strike, short lead for Cannon. The pitch misses up and in. 2 balls and a strike on a pitch located right at the belt, but too far inside to the left-handed batter out of Canada, Quebec City, Canada, for Edward Julien. Garcia checks back at first base, his 2-1 home. Waved on a miss, snap throw down to first. Tag applied by Lyle Lockhart, but back in headlong is the runner, Cameron Cannon. Julian, a 37th round pick of the Phillies in 2017, coming out of Cardinal Raw High School in Quebec City, Quebec, Canada. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia comes set, belt high to the stretch. His pitch home is swung on and slashed high and deep into left field. Jeremy Idens racing back and makes the play just in front of the warning track for out number 3. Julian gave it a ride, but Falmouth strands Cameron Cannon on at first base after a 2-out single. We're headed to the top of the 7th inning. Still a 1-1 ball game from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Soft as a Grape has 10 retail locations on Cape Cod, so even when you're cheering on your Gatemen at any away games, stop into a Soft as a Grape store for the best Cape Cod products. Stores located in Falmouth, Mashpee, Woods Hole, Hyannis, Chatham, Provincetown, Edgartown, Oak Bluffs, and Vineyard Haven. From beach day to every day, Soft as a Grape has you covered.
The law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
Learning at Curry College extends beyond the classroom and is embedded in all that they do. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers and active citizenship with a global perspective. Explore undergraduate majors, minors, and concentrations, including new majors in accounting, biochemistry, and software development, online at www.curry.edu.
Superhero Day at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field, and Falmouth's own superhero, TJ Sikkema, back to the mound. The left-hander out for his 7th inning of work against the Gatemen, as Gian Martellini will lead off the 7th against the left-hander from Missouri. First pitch from Sikkema to Martellini. Misses outside, a ball and no strikes to the big DH out of Boston College. Sikkema takes a deep breath out of the full windup, kicks and fires the 1-0. Called strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
And although these extended outings, like we'd mentioned earlier, are a little bit of uncharted territory for Garcia, at least on the summer, not the case for Sikkema this year.
1-1, a called strike at the knees on a changeup, 1-2 to Gian Martellini, who is 0 for 2 today with the pair of flyouts.
Went 4 2/3 against Harwich on the 17th of June, then 6, then 7, then 7 in his last 3 starts.
1-2, misses low below the knees. Count is even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Martellini, who's hitting in such a crucial part of the lineup today. And it's probably because this team, as we mentioned, has been lacking pop of late, and we know that Martellini does have raw power in the middle of the lineup. The 2-2 from Sikkema, called strike 3 at the knees. Slider came in and bit right on the inner half. 5th K of the day for Sikkema. 3 more than are in his last name. 1
Nice.
gone in the 7th.
Nice. I like that.
TJ Sikkema. Sikkema spelled Sikkema. 1 up, 1 down for the Gatemen. Lyle Lockhart, the first baseman, strides in. First pitch to the switch hitter batting right is chopped down the third base side and foul, 0-1. Lockhart 0 for 2 on the day, flying out to right field in the second, and then grounded out with an unconventional 4 unassisted to the second baseman, Edward Julian, to end the 4th. 0-1 home from Sikkema. Hammered out to high and deep right center field. Austin Langworthy racing over into the gap, and it gets under his glove and rolls to the wall. Lyle Lockhart up to second. He's heading around second and chugging for third. He will slide in feet first with a triple, the second of the day for the Gatemen, and there's a runner on at third with just 1 gone in the inning.
Lyle Lockhart did not miss that one, and Langworthy almost with the catch of the day. He went fully horizontal. It did get under his glove, like he said, JD, but my goodness, what an effort from Langworthy. Gatemen with our favorite scenario, JD. Runner on third, less than 2 outs. Luke Roscom with a big chance here to drive a run in and break this tie.
Big spot for Roscom, who is 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a flyout. A flyout could score the run here because there are less than 2 outs. First pitch to the lefty out of Nebraska is a called strike on the outside corner from Sikkema, 0-1.
We'll see how they score this one, but this could actually be the second triple of the year for Lockhart.
Had one back at Bourne at Doran Park into the 13-1 blowout. 0-1 misses down and away, a ball and a strike, and very similarly to that play at Doran Park, this came from the fact that the outfielder tried to make a diving catch. It skipped over his glove, and things worked out for Lockhart in the end. 1-1 to Roscom, misses down and away to the big burly left-hander out of Shaska, Minnesota. 2 balls and a strike.
Official scoring does come in. They do give Lockhart the straight-up triple. As even though Langworthy, he made an exceptional effort. I think that's the right call.
2-1 from Sikkema, down and away, back pick toward third base. But Lyle Lockhart scampers back to the bag, standing up. 3 balls and a strike to count from from TJ Sikkema to Luke Roscom. The left-hander Sikkema comes set, belt high is 3-1 home. Check swing, did he go? Third base umpire says he did, and the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball was going to miss down and away, but Roscom wasn't able to hold up quite enough for the liking of our third base umpire, Larry Rosenberg. Full count, runner at third base. The pitch from Sikkema misses down and away, and now we've got runners at the corners on a walk to Luke Roscom. Here comes Ryan Kreidler.
Now batting, the shortstop from UCLA.
Kreidler, the shortstop out of UCLA, is single in the third inning before grounding out to Edward Julian, 4-3 in the fifth. 1-1 ball game, top of the seventh inning for Marty Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. Gatemen trying to break this tie in the seventh against TJ Sycamore.
Big spot here for Kreidler as Sycamore starting to falter a little bit, although he did give up, obviously, the 2 triples today for the Gatemen, both really hard-hit balls. He has only given up the 1 walk before this to Shenton. Now another one here to Roscom. Even after the triple, he bounced back really nicely and got the ground out of Zahid Valenzuela. But Kreidler already has some success today against Sycamore. He's going to try to build on that. I imagine this will be Sycamore's last inning of work. Pitch count starting to climb as well.
First pitch tries to lay down a sacrifice bunt, but it gets foul. Lyle Lockhart also racing in. Suicide squeeze looked like it was on there for the Gatemen as the wind continues to pick up here in Falmouth, blowing straight away out to center field.
'94th pitch of the day coming in for Sycamore on his birthday. Got some family in the audience today to watch him go.
He checks at first, his 0-1 to Kreidler. His slashed foul down the right field side, 0-2. On a breaking ball he had to reach down and get. Special moment for Sycamore getting to pitch in front of his parents. His dad Shane, his high school coach in Iowa, in attendance tonight for TJ. No balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at the corners for the Gatemen in a 1-1 tie. The pitch to Ryan Kreidler. Misses up at the eyeballs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now there is a left-hander warming in the bullpen for Falmouth. Brent Killam warming for the Commodores. A ball and 2 strikes. The pitch from Sycamore. Misses low, 2-2. Kreidler with the UCLA powder blue batting gloves on an all-tan bat. Waves the stick over the plate a couple of times. Sycamore comes set belt high. His 2-2 home. Swung on and popped up into foul territory down the first base side. Davis Sims racing over just out of the reach of his outstretched glove as he tried to make the over-the-shoulder catch. And Kreidler barely stays alive. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And you can see he was frustrated with himself at the outcome of that pitch. But got a little bit of an extra life there, although Sims, that would have been one of the catches of the year this summer if he would have made that grab. Ranging over there up the line in foul territory on the right field side of things. With 1 away, runners at the corners. Kreidler going to try to do something with his 2-2 pitch.
Big shortstop out of UCLA strides in. The 2-2 home from Sycamore. Popped up on the infield. Logan Davidson drifts out onto the outfield grounds in left center and moves back to make the play. 2 gone now for the Gatemen.
Tough one there. Sycamore jammed him on the inside part of the plate. Got it off the inside part of the bat, and Kreidler couldn't do much with it, just mistimed it. Isaac Collins offering some encouraging words as Kreidler gets back into the dugout. Collins waiting on deck, but right now it's Skylar Hunter. They'll try to drive home a run here and give the Gatemen a 2-1 lead.
Hunter scored the game's only run, or I should say the Gatemen's only run in this game after reaching on a fielder's choice in the third inning. He'll try to drive him in here. First pitch. Breaking ball went around on a check swing, according to the home plate umpire tonight, Mike Collier, 0-1. Hunter, the switch-hitting center fielder out of Purdue. Batting from the right side against the left-hander Sycamore. #100th pitch of the outing coming for the left-hander. Working from the first base side of the rubber. His 0-1. Just misses inside. A ball and a strike. Hunter, no batting gloves on his hands, waggles the bat over his right shoulder. Sycamore checks on first, his 1-1 home. Misses down and away, 2 balls and a strike to Skylar Hunter.
Sycamore doing a good job of painting the corners to all parts of the plate, to hitters on both sides of the plate as well. Not giving Hunter anything to hit here.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs for the Gatemen in the top of the 7th inning with a 1-1 ball game. 2-1 home. Swung on, lifted into left field, and it falls in front of the left fielder for a base hit. Lyle Lockhart scores from third. Moving from first to third on the play is Luke Roskim, and up to second is Skylar Hunter with an RBI double, and the Gatemen take a 2-1 lead.
Love to see that. Like I said, Sycamore was painting the corners really well, but Skylar Hunter got an inside pitch he liked and did not miss with it. Dropped one in front of the left fielder, Stowers, and gives his team the lead. Awesome to see for him. Moves it to 1 for 3. RBI run scored on the day as well for Hunter. Really good stuff from the center fielder from Purdue. Like you said, just providing more and more production from that 9-hole spot.
And now pitching coach Mike Landry going to come out to the mound. And it looks like he'll make the call to the bullpen for Falmouth. Sycamore was nearly untouchable through 6 innings, but here in the 7th, the Gatemen have gotten to him for another run. And it will be scored a single and then E7 on Stowers as he fumbled it in the corner. So an RBI single for Skylar Hunter. And that will spell the end of the day for the left-hander Sycamore. 2-1 Gatemen, top 7, 2 outs. Isaac Collins representing the top of the order. He'll come to the plate with the left-hander Brent Killam out of Georgetown coming to the mound when we come back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod, with 2 acute care hospitals and more than 450 physicians. For more information, please visit capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, expert physicians, quality hospitals, superior care. Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone, a home run.
Eastern Propane and Oil is the Wareham Gatemen home run sponsor. Each time a home run is hit by a Gatemen player, Eastern Propane and Oil donates a camp scholarship to a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
First pitching change of the day for either team. The left-hander Brent Killam out of Georgetown University into the game for the Falmouth Commodores, making its 8th appearance of the season, a 3.75 ERA for Killam. In 12 innings pitched, he's given up 13 hits with 6 walks and 13 strikeouts. The opponent batting average at .271 on the season, but his most recent outing was very productive, 2 1/3 innings against Hyannis in a win back on July 23rd for the Falmouth Commodores. Situation he's coming into will be 2nd and 3rd, and the top of the order due up for the Gatemen. Skylar Hunter, an RBI single, which then was fumbled in the left field corner by Kyle Stowers. So a single and an E7 as Hunter moved up to second base, and Luke Roskin moved up to third on the play.
Killam was a strikeout machine, mainly as a starter this year for Georgetown for the Hoyas. The opponent batting average to 11, very good, obviously, but close to 100 strikeouts. A team-leading 97 in his 82 innings of work as well. Kept the walks down at 26. Gave up just 4 long balls en route to a 3.06 ERA his sophomore year at Georgetown.
First pitch of his outing is a breaking ball that misses up at the letters for Isaac Collins. 1-0 to the Gatemen leadoff man and switch-hitting right fielder. Collins has come up with a big RBI triple in this game back in the 3rd inning. The first run of the day coming in to score on that play for Collins. 1-0. Called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Outside of that triple, Collins is 1 for 3 on the day. Popped up to the first baseman Davis Sims in the first, that triple in the 3rd, and then struck out swinging in the 6th inning on a nasty breaking ball from Sycamore. Left-hander Killam comes set. Belt high is 1-1 home. Swung on and missed. Flying bat down the left field side. Fan goes tumbling down, but he did get out of the way just in time.
Scary situation there as that one made it into the bushes. A young fan gets a hold of the bat. That's why you always got to pay attention. Just because there's a fence in front of you doesn't mean you are safe.
And Isaac Collins is going to continue using the same bat.
Why not?
But he's gonna throw some pine tar on the bat. Make sure he gets a little bit better grip this time around.
Also, why not? Yeah.
Everybody is okay. Ball and 2 strikes from Brent Killam to Isaac Collins. Still a very serious situation here for Falmouth. Runners in scoring position at second and third. Roscom at third. Skylar Hunter at second. A well-placed hit could score 2 for the Gatemen and extend the lead. Killam working from the third base side of the rubber. Comes set. His 1-2 home is swung on and popped up down the right field line. Twisting back into fair play. Coming in to make the catch is Matt Wallner. Falmouth made it look a lot scarier than it needed to be. The second baseman, first baseman, and right fielder all coming in. But finally, Matt Wallner, who just can't seem to keep the hat on his head, makes the play for the final out of the inning. But not before the Gatemen scratch across 1 against TJ Sycamore to take a 2-1 lead here on the top of the 7th. Bottom half of the inning coming up, a new pitcher on the mound for the Gatemen when we come back. But before we go to that new inning, Mary Oders will be joined by head coach Don Sneddon. Mary, take it away.
Thanks, guys. So Coach Ryan Garcia went 6 innings, which was his longest Cape outing. What was working for him tonight?
Control. All pitches, control, competitor. Got out of some big innings, some jams where he just had needed some strikeouts, and that's when he got them. So he did a great job.
And we talked about hitting a bit before the game. What have you seen that you've liked, and what needs to be changed?
Well, we only got 2 runs, so we had to get those with 2 out base hit type thing. So we still got to stay more aggressive. They're throwing backwards, a lot of breaking balls. We just got to make an adjustment of that.
Coach, thanks so much. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much to Mary and Coach Sneddon as always, and we'll keep you here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. New pitcher into the game for the Gatemen. The day is done for Ryan Garcia, and it'll be another All-Star, the second All-Star pitcher for Wareham, Easton Lucas, the left-hander out of Pepperdine. This pitching change is brought to you by the Bay Point Club, Onset's 18-hole championship golf course. With a driving range open 7 days a week and senior discounts offered every day, we're always welcome to the public. So go, get to the point. Left-hander Lucas out of Pepperdine pitched a scoreless inning in the All-Star game back on Sunday at White House Field in Harwich, and it has been, outside of his last outing, a very stellar season for him. Right before his last outing, where he kind of fell apart versus Brewster, gave up 4 earned runs in just 1 inning against the Whitecaps. Big left-hander out of Pepperdine, 6'3", 185. Not a big strikeout guy, but he pitches to contact well, Henrique.
He really does. He's got a lot of good pitches that he works into his arsenal. The redshirt sophomore from Pepperdine has been the most reliable option out of the bullpen for Wareham. He's gone short. He's gone long. And he was a guy that, honestly, I thought as the rotation started to get more thinned out, I thought he was going to be a guy that stepped up into a starting role. But Lucas trying to bounce back from, like you said, a bit of a dicey outing at Brewster that saw the Whitecaps take the lead in a comeback win over Wareham en route to a 2-2 season series split. But Lucas, he's got the stuff. He is the best bullpen arm that the Gatemen have. He's been the most consistent all year. And that outing against Brewster, trying to prove that was just a blip on the radar.
First guy he'll try to prove that against is Will Brennan, the DH and the number 9 man in the Falmouth order. First pitch to him misses down and away on a breaking ball. 1-0 to the Kansas State Wildcat. Lucas out of the full windup. His 1-0 pitch misses down and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Brennan, who is 0 for 2 today, the DH.
Will Brennan.
Couple of pop-outs for him. 1 in foul territory to Austin Shenton and 1 to Ryan Kreidler. The 2-0. Fastball on the inside corner, a called strike, 2-1. Brennan coming into today's game hitting .222 on the season. The 2-1 home from Lucas hit right back up the middle into the waiting glove of the big left-hander on the mound. Takes a couple of steps over toward first base and tosses to Lyle Lockhart. 1 gone.
Now batting, the right fielder from Southern Mississippi.
1-3 on the putout for those of you scoring at home, and 1 up, 1 down. Back to the top of the order now for Falmouth and Matt Wallner. Wallner, the right fielder out of Southern Miss, is 0 for 3 today. All at-bats versus Ryan Garcia. First pitch he sees from Easton Lucas, called strike at the knees, 0-1. Speaking of Garcia, we can finish up the line for him here. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was unearned with 5 Ks for the UCLA right-hander. 0-1 misses outside, a ball and a strike. From the Pepperdine Wave to the Southern Miss Golden Eagle. All their college teammates with Wareham Gatemen relief pitcher Cody Carroll. The 1-1 from Lucas misses down and away, 2-1. And that's one of the cooler things we get to see on the Cape during the summer is the fact that so many guys are all around the league. You get to see teammates all over the place playing different teams. Isaac Collins and Will Robertson at Creighton. Of course, guys like the UCLA guys on the mound, a couple of other UCLA Bruins on the Cape this season. 2-1 misses low and in, 3-1. And it's just a cool experience because it's something that they don't get to experience very often. I remember when Lyle Lockhart's family was in town, the Gatemen played the Bourne Braves. Here comes the 3-1 from Lucas. Called strike on the outside corner, count runs full. And Bourne Braves starting third baseman Jared Triolo, also a Houston Cougar, both in the same recruiting class. And Lyle Lockhart's dad tweeted and said, "This is a very weird experience to see two college teammates on different teams." 3-2/foul, back into the chain link fence behind home plate. Count stays full.
Got a piece of Luke Roscom, too. The first thing it hit was, I think, Roscom's wrist. Not in too much pain, just sort of waiting for the pain to go away. Shakes his glove hand, his left hand, a couple of times, but
first thing I thought when I saw him go double down a little bit there, I thought he got Drew Millist.
Ooh.
I really did.
Yeah,
he didn't though, which is good.
Well, if he only doubled down that much after getting Millist, that is a sign of toughness like nothing I've ever seen from Roscom.
But he did not get Millist, so it's all right. Full count offering from Lucas. Here it comes. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Wallner was headed down to first base, but a nasty breaking ball at the hand of Easton Lucas clips the outside corner. 2 gone in the inning. First K of the day brought to you by Lang, XFRs, and Bullard, the official strikeout sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen for Easton Lucas.
Nothing short of gross from Easton Lucas. 14th strikeout of the year over his now 21 and a third innings of work. Like he said, JD, he's not a power pitcher, but at 6'3", 185, not a lot of meat on those bones, but my goodness, can he spin it? It's a lot of weak contact, and has gotten that today as well.
1-0 changeup, waved on and missed by Maverick Henley in the dirt. 1-1. And that kind of build, that kind of big guy with not a lot of power behind him, kind of reminds me of a Cliff Lee type for Easton Lucas. 1-1, called strike at the knees, 1-2.
Haven't heard that name in a minute.
Cliff Lee, at one point, the prized possession of the Philadelphia Phillies, the Cleveland Indians. The 1-2 from Lucas, waved on and missed, blew the fastball by him. Big fastball out of the hand of Easton Lucas, and it's back-to-back strikeouts to end the 7th for the left-hander. 1-2-3 in the 7th inning go the Falmouth Commodores. It's 2-1 Gatemen when we come back here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Mezzaluna is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years in business. Located on Main Street in Buzzards Bay, Mezzaluna specializes in Italian cuisine, a lunch menu that's the best deal in town, and serves Cape Cod's famous prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday. Come enjoy the feast at Mezzaluna, the Italian family restaurant.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings, to boats. Village Signs has proudly served southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
Northeast Maritime Institute's College of Maritime Science is a proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. If you're looking for a career at sea, look to NMI's program of education, adventure, and employment on northeastmaritime.com, America's premier 2-year maritime college.
Brent Killam back to the mound for the Falmouth Commodores here in the top of the 8th inning. He'll face the 2-3-4 hitters for the Gatemen, Sahid Valenzuela, Austin Shenton, and Jeremy Idens. For Wareham here in the top of the 8th, trying to build on a 2-1 lead. 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Gatemen. A run, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Falmouth Commodores. Switch hitting second baseman Zahid Valenzuela leads it off out of Cal State Fullerton. He's 0 for 3 on the day. A pair of strikeouts are the bread in the sandwich. Across or around, a ground out back to the pitcher. Killam comes set, belt tie, the third base side. First pitch to Valenzuela. Big cut and a miss at a big fastball on the outside corner. 0-1. Second left-hander of the day for Falmouth, who have probably some of the most adept and probably the most left-handed pitchers in the league, at least that the Gatemen have seen this season. 0-1. Breaking ball skips in the dirt. 1-1. The first two full games of this series this season, of the season series between the Gatemen and the Falmouth Commodores, 7 different pitchers pitched for Falmouth, all of them left-handers, including 5 back in the win here at Arnie Allen Diamond for the Gatemen. 1-1, waved on a miss, change-up on the outside corner. Good pitch from Brent Killam, got Zahid Valenzuela to chase, 1-2. And the reason that Falmouth so often turns to left-handers against the Gatemen is, well, the Gatemen are much better hitting against righties than they are against lefties on the year. Killam adjusts himself on the mound, the 1-2. Chopped to the right side of the infield, past the glove of the pitcher, and now Edward Julian tries to field it, but his throw is in the dirt. Zahid Valenzuela beats out the infield single. Killam made a lunging stab at it as it rolled by him, and then chopped a couple of times into the glove of Julian, but he was moving. The wind kind of affected him too, as he had to try to throw across his body. It skipped in the dirt, and Valenzuela is on with a leadoff infield single. Austin Shenton, the left-handed hitter out of FIU, strides in. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a walk for the Gatemen. First pitch of the at-bat to Shenton, misses down and away. Maverick Hanley with a nice little pick to keep it in front of him. 1-0. Shenton struck out swinging against Sycamore in the first, singled in the fourth, and then walked against Sycamore in the sixth. This is his first plate appearance, his first at-bat against anybody other than TJ Sycamore today. Throw over to first base. Nice little pickoff move, but Zahid Valenzuela is back in standing up. 2-1 Gatemen, top of the 8th inning. Wareham trying to add to the lead after Skylar Hunter singled in Lyle Lockhart in the last inning. 1-0 from Killam. Rides inside and high to Shenton. He had to bend his body out of the way. 2 balls and no strikes. Don Sneddon giving the signs to Shenton, who waves a tan bat over the plate as the wind continues to whip furiously here at Arnie Allen Diamond. 2-0. We'll have to wait as they throw over to first base. Valenzuela again back in standing up. Middle infielders at double play depth. Davis Sims holding Zahid Valenzuela on at first base. The third baseman Cannon at normal depth for Falmouth. The 2-0 from Killam. Swung on and clubbed high and deep into left field, but floating foul and into the trees down the left field side. Struck it well if he straightens that out, especially with the wind whipping out toward the outfield. That could be extra bases for Shenton. It's now 2-1. Short lead for Valenzuela with the oven mitt on his left hand at first base. Good speed, but not a threat to steal, especially with the amount of times the Gatemen have tried to steal this season. 2-1, up and away, 3 balls and a strike. I should say that not that he's not a threat to steal, it just seems unlikely, especially in the situation where base runners are pretty precious in a 1-run ball game. Gatemen with the 3rd fewest stolen bases in the Cape League this season. Killam comes set, the 3-1 home, popped up back and left. The count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Valenzuela led off this inning with an infield single. And now Austin Shenton is at 3-2. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes, as there have been a couple of rain droplets that have started to fall here at Gov Fuller Field. Gillum comes set on the third base side of the rubber, looks over at first, his pitch home, swung on and drilled high and deep out into center field, back at the track, at the wall, and Austin Langworthy makes the catch as he nearly crashed into the wall. Valenzuela has to scamper back to first, a loud out number 1 off the bat of Austin Shenton.
Now batting, the left fielder from UCLA.
That was a well-hit ball from Austin Shenton, and as we mentioned, the wind has picked up and it is pushing out to center field and hung up just enough, for Austin Langworthy to get underneath it and make the play. So a runner on at first and 1 out now for Jeremy Idens. Left fielder out of UCLA, throw over to first base, but Valenzuela is back in headlong into the pillow. Idens 0 for 3 on the day. Pair of pop-outs and then a line drive that found the glove of Logan Davidson. First pitch to him this time around, big swing and a miss at a fastball in the outside corner. 0-1. He took a rip at it and then asked home plate umpire Mike Collier, would that have been in the strike zone? It looked like Collier had said that it would have missed a little bit outside. So he did chase the first pitch out of the zone for strike number 1. Georgetown left-hander Killam on the mound for Falmouth. 0-1, misses up and away on a semi-pitch out. 1-1 as they continue to keep tabs on Sahid Valenzuela at first base. Valenzuela with no stolen bases this season, he has been caught stealing 4 times. Killam tucks the black glove into his hip and now brings it up to his chest. Lowers his hands to his waist. Checks over at first, the 1-1 home. Is swung on and skied into left field. Hang it up now for Kyle Stowers, who has a beat on it, and camps out underneath the can of corn. 2 out in the inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter from Boston College.
So after the infield single from Sahid Valenzuela, back-to-back flyouts to the outfield. 1 hard hit from Shenton to center and 1 softly hit from Jeremy Idens. There are 2 gone for Gian Martellini. Martellini 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of flyouts of his own as well as a looking strikeout against TJ Sycamore. Another throw over to first, but Valenzuela back into the bag before the ball even got halfway to the first baseman Sims. First pitch to Martellini. Misses up and away. A ball and no strikes, and Valenzuela might not have tried to steal yet, hasn't really tried to move up. However, he is in the head, it seems, of Brent Killam, because multiple times they have opted, instead of trying to throw a strike to the batter, to pitch out and keep an eye on Valenzuela. The 1-0 home. Another fastball misses up. This one was trying to get over for a strike. 2 balls and no strikes now, though, from Brent Killam to the right-hander, Gian Martellini. Big burly catcher at Boston College, the DH today. Another throw over to Valenzuela, again back in standing up. He's flashed the power once this season, a home run at Cotuit at Lowell Park a couple of weeks ago. The 2-0 home from Killam. Called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. And that home run was a little bit sweeter for Martellini because he played all of last summer with the Cotuit Cavaliers. Deciding to come and sign with the Gatemen this summer. Was on the original roster, released, and then picked back up after Michael Amditis headed back to Miami. Another throw over, and again, Valenzuela scampers back in ahead of the tag. Short lead for Valenzuela, being held on by Davis Sims. Wynn continues to whip out to the outfield. The 2-1 runner goes, hit down the right field line pretty deep, and it will get down in fair territory and roll to the wall. Valenzuela chugging around third to score, and it's an RBI double for Gian Martellini, and it's a 3-1 lead for the Gatemen in the 8th inning. There's the extra base power that Gian Martellini we all knew he had. And he went the opposite way that time on a well-hit fly ball out to right field. They were playing him to pull, took it the other way, and snuck it just in fair on the left side of the right field foul line. Valenzuela scores from first. 3-1 Gatemen. Martellini's at second, and Don Sneddon and Jim Lawler asking to wait for some time, and that's because Martellini will hand the helmet off to Oliver Dunn, who will come in to pinch run in the inning.
No, you didn't see it right. It was 6-5. We were going to let you have it.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen.
So Oliver Dunn, the speedster out of Utah,
From Utah, number 50.
steps in on the second base bag. The day will be done for Gian Martellini, but he is the DH, so no defensive changes will have to be made for the Gatemen. Runner on in scoring position, 2 outs. In the top of the 8th inning, Gatemen holding on to a 2-run lead. Lyle Lockhart looking to add to it. He's already got a triple and a run scored today back in the 7th. Switch hitter batting right. First pitch from the left-hander Killam. Misses up and away. A ball and no strikes. To the Houston Cougar. Utah Ute Oliver Dunn on at second base in scoring position. Lockhart waves the black bat over his head. Couple of checks at second from Killam. Pitch home. Misses outside. 2-0 on the fastball that rode out of the zone toward the left-handed batter's box. Lockhart in this position, scoring position, 2 outs this season. Just 1 hit, 1 for 14 on the year. 2-0 from Killam. Called strike on a changeup that drops into the strike zone on the inside corner. 2-1. I should say 2 hits on the year. 2 for 14 with 2 RBIs for Lockhart. Trying to break out of the RBI slump here. Killam again, a check at second with the speedy Oliver Dunn there, the 2-1. Swung on and clubbed out to straightaway center field. Langworthy started in, now trots back and camps out underneath it for out number 3. But not before the Gatemen add another on an RBI double from Gian Martellini. We're headed to the home half of the 8th, 3-1 Gatemen on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Legacy Insurance Agency at 213 Main Street here in Wareham can offer you coverage for all your insurance needs. We have the bundle discounts, the accident forgiveness, the vanishing deductible, no loss, etc. But unlike those other gimmick companies, we can quote you with multiple carriers. So forget the lizard and the price tool and come talk to a professional. We'll help you find what's right for you.
Located in Wareham Crossing, Coastal Orthodontics, longtime sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen, knows the importance of a healthy smile. Dr. Kevin Oliveira and his team at Coastal Orthodontics are a patient-focused practice, delivering professional, effective orthodontic treatment based on the individual clinical needs of each patient, resulting in beautiful smiles in a timely manner. With 10 years of experience using Invisalign, Coastal Orthodontics uses the most up-to-date dental equipment. Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you.
Part of the order, 3-4-5 due up for the Falmouth Commodores here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They trail it 3-1 after back-to-back innings with run producers for the Gatemen. Easton Lucas, the left-hander out of Pepperdine, back to the mound. His final warm-up toss to Luke Roscom. It'll be Austin Langworthy, Kyle Stowers, and Davis Sims, the 3 most dangerous hitters in this Falmouth lineup, due up against the left-hander Lucas.
Leading off for Falmouth.
Langworthy, the center fielder out of Florida, is 0 for 3 today. Grounded out to the first baseman Lyle Lockhart in the first, popped out to shortstop in the third, and then struck out looking back in the fifth. All of those ABs against Ryan Garcia. First pitch from the tall and slender left-hander Easton Lucas. Called strike on the inside corner. 0-1. The Florida Gator, who last time the Gatemen were here had 2 home runs. Wind blowing out there. That once again, the 0-1 pitch rides inside. A ball and a strike to Langworthy, whose average isn't there at 192 coming into today's game, but the power certainly has been. Tied for third in home runs. 1-1 check swing, appealed down to the third base umpire Larry Rosenberg. He did go around. 1-2. And now some chatter from the Falmouth fans, giving it to Larry Rosenberg. 1-2 from Lucas. This is down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes on a breaking ball. Roscom gives the sign to Lucas. Shakes off the first. Now shakes his head yes to the second. Out of the full windup, the 2-2. It's fouled off straight into the screen behind home plate. Chain link fence here at Arnie Allen Diamond. The count is even at 2-2. Langworthy, not a big guy, but the power has been there for him. The 2-2 to him. Breaking ball up and in at the turn out of the way of a curveball. 3-2. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom 8. The pitch from Lucas is flared down the left field line. Sinking line drive. It falls in front of Jeremy Idens. He reaches out to grab it. Big turnaround first for Langworthy, but he'll stop there. A leadoff single for the Florida Gator, and Falmouth's in business in the bottom of the 8th. Couple of times now, Gian Martellini in the last half inning going the opposite way. An RBI double for him. And now a single going the opposite way for Austin Langworthy, who gives way to the best hitter in this Falmouth lineup, Kyle Stowers. Lucas from the first base side, his first pitch, big rip and a miss. From the left-hander, Stowers, 0-1 to the Stanford Cardinal, who is 1 for 3 on the day, a double, a ground out, and a strikeout for the big left-hander. Throw over to first base, snap throw from Lucas, but back in headlong into the pillow goes Austin Langworthy. Lucas tucks the black glove into his hip. Now brings it out in front of his chest, his 0-1. Called strike on the outside corner on a well-located fastball, 0-2. Stowers out of El Cajon, California, and Christian High School. 6'3", 200 pounds. The 0-2 from Lucas. Flared down the left field line again, but this one will twist foul into some of the lawn chairs down that side. Actually landed in the Gatemen bullpen, where a right-hander is warming up for Wareham. Lucas comes set, the 0-2. Chopped to the right side of the infield, into the glove of Lyle Lockhart. He'll look at second, but make the safe play and tag the bag at first on the fielder's choice. Should say on the straightaway ground out for for Kyle Stowers into the glove of Lyle Lockhart. Langworthy moves up to second on the play. Runner in scoring position, just one gone for Big Bad Davis Sims. Sims, the big right-handed first baseman out of Murray State, strides in at 6'4", 220 pounds out of Paducah, Kentucky, and Murray State. Look back at second. The first pitch from Easton Lucas, waved on and missed on a big cut. 0-1 to the first baseman, Davis Sims, second team All Missouri Valley Conference this season at Murray State. Lucas finagling with the glove on the mound. His 0-1. ripped back up the middle, but right into the waiting glove of Zahid Valenzuela on one hop. His sidearm throw to first in time. Moving up to third on the ground out is Austin Langworthy. But now 2 gone and a runner on at third for Logan Davidson.
Number 16, Logan Davidson.
Easton Lucas got himself into some trouble by giving up the leadoff single to Langworthy, but since then a pair of ground outs, and now the threat a little bit lesser here against Logan Davidson as he strides in from the right side. The switch hitter batting right for the first time today against the left-hander Lucas. First pitch of the at-bat, looping breaking ball into the knees on the inside corner, 0-1. Davidson 1 for 3 on the day, popped out into foul territory to Austin Shenton in the second, singled in the fourth, and then struck out swinging in the sixth. All of that against Ryan Garcia. First time he's batting from the right side today. The pitch from Lucas is sprayed foul down the right field side and toward the Falmouth dugout. Quickly 0-2. Davidson this season with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs against the team. .222 on the year with 2 RBIs and 9 at-bats. The 0-2 waved on and missed. Nasty changeup on the outside corner from Easton. Lucas runs away from the right-handed batter Logan Davidson, and the side is retired. Falmouth strands 1 at third. We're headed to the top of the 9th. Gatemen trying to add some insurance runs when we come back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
At the intersection of Route 195 and 28, Wareham Crossing, home of Lowe's, Target, and Red Robin, is the sponsor of the Gatemen Intern Program. They help to provide a world-class internship experience in broadcasting, marketing, sports management, and baseball operations. Check out Wareham Crossing's schedule for this year's Summer Movie Night Series.
Founded in 1854, the Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company is the world's largest cranberry grower and private property owner in eastern Massachusetts. The company supports organizations like the Wareham Gatemen and projects like the outdoor cranberry bog classroom that you may have passed on your way in. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more. Shop from home year-round on Gatemen.org. You can customize your Gatemen gear from any device, anywhere. We offer a large selection of apparel and unique gifts 24/7, 365. Hard to find sizes, colors, and styles. Youth Clinic registration is also available. Visit us today and remember us for holiday gifts at Gatemen.org.
New arm to the mound for the Falmouth Commodores. In the top of the 9th inning, it'll be the right-hander out of TCU, Cal Coughlin. This season at TCU, how about a sub-2 ERA at 1.44 on the year? In 27 games exclusively out of the bullpen, he went 31 in the third innings, gave up 19 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 8 walks, and 22 strikeouts. Out of Lake Forest, Illinois, has made just 1 appearance for Falmouth this season, a scoreless inning against Orleans back in an 8-2 win on July 19th.
And that was when Orleans. And that was when Orleans started that tailspin that they were on, that they got a little bit out of, but then back to their shenanigans with a 8-4 loss against the YD Red Sox, but Brewster also lost, and well, it all of a sudden has become a really interesting race in the East for that 4 spot.
First pitch from Cal Coughlin to Luke Roscom.
What a
check
weird
swing, and he did go around on a semi 3/4 arm slot, almost sidearm delivery from Coughlin. And when I was watching him warm up, I didn't think I had seen that, but fired off a first pitch fastball in the dirt. 0-1, and guys with funky deliveries sometimes have the most success because the ball does look weird coming out of their hand. 0-1, misses down and away, a ball and a strike, and he works from the third base side of the rubber exclusively out of the stretch, and when he throws the pitch, he falls off the mound and throws across his body. A very interesting motion for Coughlin. 1-1. This is down and away, 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, I mean, that's all arm strength right there, because often you see guys, I mean, one, no one's fallen off the mound towards third base. Very few guys do that. I mean, he's just swinging it around, as you said. He's got a bit of a weird arm slot, but he doesn't really use his legs that much.
2-1, slapped toward the right field side, but right into the glove of Davis Sims, who trots over to first and tags the bag. 3 unassisted on the put out of Roscom, 1 gone. Now that Coughlin is into the game, we can close up the line on Brent Killam. He went an inning and a third in relief of TJ Sycamore. 2 hits, a run. It was earned. No strikeouts. We can also close up the line on Sycamore, who went 6 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Ryan Kreidler, the right-handed shortstop out of UCLA, strides in to face Coughlin. The right-hander on the mound comes set, chest high, his first pitch. Slider on the inside corner, 0-1.
That's a good hard slider, too. It's got a little bit of bite to it. But the velocity on everything is really impressive as well. The fastball as well as the breaking stuff from Coughlin.
No balls and a strike to pitch home. This is down and away. The slider a little bit too much bite that time around. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Kreidler on the day, 1 for 3. A single in the third. A ground out and a pop out for him. The 1-1. This is down and away again, 2-1. And I think with that sweeping motion for the right-hander Coughlin, he's going to miss outside to right-handed batters a lot just because that's the way the ball is coming off his fingers as he sweeps it across his body. 2-1. Waved on and missed. Good changeup on the inside corner, 2-2. And when he comes set on the third base side, as we mentioned, he almost pigeon-toes himself, has the left foot, the lead foot in front of the right, meaning that it's more angled toward the toward the third base dugout than the back right foot. The 2-2 home, hit right back up the middle under the diving glove of the pitcher. Throw from Logan Davidson, though, as he charges and makes the sidearm throw, dug out by Davis Sims. Gets Ryan Kreidler, 2 gone.
Nifty play by Kreidler's counterpart there in Logan Davidson. We talked about how awesome he was this year at Clemson, and the stats that come through, obviously, are the offensive ones, but defensively he was good as well, and showing off his prowess there. Running sidearm throw on 1 foot for the Falmouth shortstop today. 2 away, bases empty now for Skylar Hunter.
Skylar Hunter batting from the left side for the first time today. First pitch to him. Tries to lay down a bunt down the third base side, but it gets foul. Looked like he almost tried to pull it back. He squared to bunt, then tried to pull back on a pitch that was coming inside. The Coughlin's throwing pretty hard on the mound. Couldn't just get the bat out of the way in time.
Thanks to the help of our beat writer Ian Becerra, we found a delivery that's probably the most similar in the big leagues to that of Coughlin. I'll give it to you in a sec here.
0-1. Flared foul. Left back and left. Right towards us. 0-2.
That's Pat Neshek. Even though Neshek does start lower, he's still got, when he finishes, a very tall delivery, and he zips it kind of 3/4 slot, right? But he doesn't use his legs as much. Whereas most pitchers will come down and use their legs to push down off the slope of the pitcher's mound. Him and Coughlin both finish up.
0-2, misses outside and high. A ball and 2 strikes to Skylar Hunter, who had the go-ahead RBI single back in the 7th inning. Gatemen have since added another insurance run on an RBI double from Gian Martellini in the 8th. 1-2 home. Big cut and a miss from Skylar Hunter. He's down on strikes for the first time today. And the Gatemen go 1-2-3 in the 9th. Bottom half of the 9th inning coming up when we come back. Falmouth trying to claw its way back in. They're down to their final 3 outs.
Stop by the Ansel S. Gurney House, where you will find a unique shopping and dining experience. Whether shopping for a special occasion or just to treat yourself, you'll find what you're looking for in one of the 11 themed rooms. There's also a cafe serving fresh homemade lunches overlooking the extensive gardens. The Ansel S. Gurney House is located at 403 County Road in Marion.
Make sure you sign your child up today for the Gatemen Robertson's GMC Youth Clinics. This year we have 5 one-week sessions for children 5 to 14. We also have 2 special sessions for hitting and pitching open to teens. Registration is available online at gatemen.org or through forms available at the merchandise booth.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thank the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
Bottom of the ninth inning from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. 3-1 the Gatemen lead. Falmouth trying to come back at their home park against the left-hander Easton Lucas on the mound, and it will be the bottom of the order. 7, 8, 9, Cameron Cannon, Edward Julien, and Will Brennan to do it for the Commodores.
It's a part of the order that, aside from Cannon, has not had a ton of success on the day. Combined, they're 2 for 9. Both those hits coming off the bat of this guy right here.
First pitch to him is swung on and drilled high and deep out to center field. Skylar Hunter racing back and makes the catch in front of the warning track on a loud out number 1.
Man, oh man, Cameron Cannon hit that one about as well as you could, just to the wrong part of the ballpark and to the wrong guy patrolling that part of the ballpark as well. One away. Julien, he's 0 for 3 with a strikeout, but he put a charge into one his last time up, opposite field.
Flied one out to left, and Jeremy Idens had to make a nice running catch. Really, a catch that was kind of akin to the one Skylar Hunter just made.
Yeah.
First pitch breaking ball from Easton Lucas inside. A called strike, though. 0-1.
Not too dissimilar at all, JD. Couldn't agree with you more. They've had their money's worth today, those outfielders.
A 1 fastball in at the knees, 0-2.
Lucas taking no prisoners, challenging the first 2 batters so far right now.
He's gone 2 innings thus far in the 3rd inning of work here in the 9th. Left-hander at a full windup. His 0-2 waved on and missed. Big strikeout for the left-hander. 2 gone in the 9th.
Wow. Big time pitch there. Blew 3 right by him. Edward Julien had no chance. Gave him 3 of the same pitch. Easton Lucas just 1 out away from proving, like we were talking about, that outing against Brewster. Aberration. Forgettable. Back to his all-star form is the redshirt sophomore from Pepperdine.
First pitch into the number 9 man, Will Brennan, is a called strike at the knees. He didn't like it from Mike Collier. But nonetheless, it's 0-1 to the Kansas State Wildcat, who is 0 for 3. Lucas shakes off the first sign. Here comes his 0-1. Flied out into left field, but playable for Jeremy Idens. The left fielder takes a step back and now a step in and records the final out of the inning and the final out of the game. Runs in the 7th, 8th, and 3rd, enough for Wareham. A 3-1 lead, or 3-1 win in a pitcher's duel against the Falmouth Commodores for the win here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field.
Yeah, great game all around for Wareham, even though they had to take advantage of a great start by Ryan Garcia and Easton Lucas. Really a unbelievable 1-2 punch. You know, in these types of games where Garcia starts, Lucas is always the guy to relieve him. Against Brewster, it didn't go so well for Lucas, but he bounced back tremendously here. Gateman got just enough offense, but I think, even with the 3 runs isn't fantastic, only on the 7 hits, and a couple of errors weren't pretty, but against this Falmouth pitching staff, that is no joke. But the MVP has to be the pitching staff for Wareham today.
It was certainly a fantastic outing for the Gatemen in terms of the pitching staff. But the offense was no slouch either. We've been asking for extra base hits. We've been asking for some gap power, and we got that today. A triple from Isaac Collins, a triple from Lyle Lockhart, and a big double from Gian Martellini to drive in a much-needed insurance run for Wareham.
Yeah, it's good to see Gian Martellini produce in that new spot in the lineup. It's the highest he's hit in the batting order so far. Designated hitter today. Oliver Dunpitch ran for him and took his lineup spot later, of course, but he wasn't able to come around and score. But a couple of hard hit balls. Lyle Lockhart with a triple, which was awesome. Isaac Collins put a charge into 1-on-1 for 4-day. Drove in Skylar Hunter, who had a great day at the plate as well. 1 for 4 RBI and a run scored. A couple of guys did just enough. A couple of big-time hits, some hard hit balls, and the Gatemen take a big game against the Commodores here.
So Ryan Garcia will get the win today for the Gatemen. TJ Sycamore, the loss for Falmouth on his birthday, but a tough luck loss. He looked great in 6 2/3 innings. The save goes to the left-hander out of Pepperdine of the 3-inning variety. It would have been a save either way, but the save goes to Easton Lucas. The Gatemen move to 21-15-1 on the season. Keep pace or get out in front even further of Falmouth, now 2 points up on the Commodores. as the Falmouth Commodores move to 19-17 and 1 on the year, third place in the West. 39 points on the season for Falmouth, and with the loss today, they will actually tie things up with Cotuit, who won their ball game today, so now a tie in third and fourth place in the West Division. Things are getting hairy out in the West Division as the CCBL playoff push is certainly on. A fantastic bounce-back win for the Gatemen today, 3-1 over the Falmouth Commodores at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gulf Fuller Field. That'll do it for Henrique and I. On the other side of this break, Cam Stewart will get the Gatemen Postgame Show going when we come back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Located along the Cape Cod Canal, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is the area's newest rental independent living, assisted living, and memory care community. With some of the area's largest apartments and an ultra-inclusive monthly service package, Keystone Place is a life-fulfilling retirement community unlike any other. Distinct assisted living and memory care programs provide personal care services according to each individual's needs. Discover Keystone Place, the best option for meeting the care and support needs of seniors on Cape Cod.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden-fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
One of the area's best restaurants is located right up the street, Brewfish Bar and Eatery. Brewfish offers 20 rotating craft beers on tap and creative pub food. Check out their off-the-menu brunch with a Bloody Mary bar and $5 mimosas on Sundays. Join us for outdoor dining and drinks under the tent, or for live music every weekend, located on Route 105 in Marion.
Back here from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gulf Fuller Field. Welcome on in to the Gatemen Postgame Show here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. I'm today's host, Cameron Stewart, and a big win for the Gatemen tonight. Maybe not on the scoreboard, but definitely so in the standings. A 3-1 victory over the Falmouth Commodores. They score the last 2 runs of the game in the 7th and 8th innings, respectively, to take that one. So as it stands right now, Hyannis and Bourne tied at Doran Park in the 9th inning. 1-1 is that game. So as it stands in the standings, as J.D. Rachi had mentioned before the break, but just in case you missed it, Hyannis still going to be in first in the Western Division with 44 points. Gatemen now just 1 behind at 43 and 4 points clear of the Falmouth Commodores, who sit in a tie for third with the Cotuit Kettleers. So everything is getting oh so tight. This is the first of 3 in a row between the Wareham Gatemen and the Falmouth Commodores. They will play tomorrow over at Spillane Field. And this is, as we mentioned in the pregame show, a crucial point in the Gatemen season. After the tough 5-0 loss to the YD Red Sox yesterday in Hartford, they have bounced back today in a big way with that 3-1 victory over the hottest team in the Cape League for sure coming in. A nice day for Skylar Hunter, who had an RBI and a run scored, as well as a big RBI from Gian Martellini, who was inserted into the lineup today for a little extra pop. Well, he does just that, an RBI double to bring home another run for the Gatemen, and that makes all the difference, a 3-1 scoreline. But certainly out of the bullpen, a great performance today from the left-hander and Western Division All-Star Easton Lucas, who is our player of the game. He joins us right now. Easton, how big a win for the Gatemen was it tonight?
That was big. Going into a 3-game series with them and getting the first win is always a really good thing to do. So.
Now, you mentioned that 3-game series, not something you're obviously used to in college, but not so much here on the Cape. Against the hottest team in the league coming into today, you guys have been scuffling a little bit, especially offensively. Didn't need too much of it today with just the 3 runs. How big are these next 2 games in terms of the season going forward?
Really big. It'll set the tone going into the playoff break. So getting these wins is really big because we know we're going to be playing them eventually. So.
Now, Easton, you've had a stellar season, but really roughed up for the first time, your last time out against Brewster. How do you bounce back from that, knowing you haven't dealt with it all year?
Kind of just go back to my routine and start throwing again, pretend it never happened. Obviously, take away the stuff that I learned from it, but yeah, try to flush it and get right back on the mound.
And now so a little bit of shaking up of the lineup today from Don Snedden puts Gian Martellini in there for a little bit of pop, and he gives you that with the RBI double. How key is it for bench guys like that who don't necessarily get the most at-bats to step in and step up and give Gatemen's victories like this?
It's huge, yeah. Coming in and hitting off the bench is
Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod.